got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie Just Do is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. Just Do be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel is just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's Just Do Boxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. Just Do Boxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
Yo, we back again. It felt like I was just here, y'all. I swear, dude. Man, I swear, it felt like I was just here. That's because I was. You know, your boy over here putting that work in, man. Just the typical grind, man. Every now and then I get time to squeeze in an early live and come right back at 4. You know, so appreciate everybody tuning in to your boy, man. Y'all already know if you catch this on the playback, sub to the channel, smash the like button, turn your notifications on, or me and my fight family gonna jump you. You know what I'm saying? Get down or lay down over here. You ain't getting down, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to lay down. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I'm tripping, y'all. Let me say what's up to the fam. Y'all got part of me, man. I'm trying to keep my energy good. Tony Vandross Williams Jr., peace and blessings to the queen and all the family as she always supporting the grind. Appreciate you being a channel member as well. Thomas Hill, JBT in the building. What's good, my guy? If y'all don't hit that like, my fight family jumping you. Kyle Cooler, we got a good laugh out of that one earlier, family. Salute to my God. Blessings, Brody. Miss Joette. Oh, Arena, my bad. Arena, peace and blessings to Miss Arena. How you feeling, Queen? How you feeling? Miss Joette, peace and blessings to the Queen. Good to see you in the building again. Another one, you know it, Thrill Hill in the building. All things, my guy, LaMarcus. Yes, sir, we back. That intro is 12 threes. I appreciate that, man. That's my guy. I play that intro. That's Judah Ben. You be seeing him come through here. Judah Ben came through here. I had a different one. That's the second intro. He did 2 for me. He just did it on the strength. I ain't try to charge me for it. He just popped up one day like, hey, man, I got something for you. So that's why I always play that. If y'all wonder who that is in the beginning, I ain't got to worry about a copyright. That's his original song and beat. You get what I'm saying? It's, you know, that's his way of showing his appreciation to me as a content creator. So I definitely rock with him because of that, man. Judah, my guy, for sure. Tony back in the building. What's good, Tony? How you feeling, bro? See how I remember to call you Tony since you said it? You know what I mean? Tony was good. What he said, just because one bad performance, they dropped T.O. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all that, man. We're going to talk about it all, man. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it, yo. And boxing is very like, what have you done for me now lately? Sports are like that in general. Sports are like, if you ain't did it in recent memory, you ain't did nothing. That's how sports be, especially when it comes to our athletes, man. So we're going to talk about all this. We're going to, it's Oshaquie Foster and Abraham Nova fight week, man. I got to show Shock some love, man. Shock a real dog out there. And he's underrated. He slept on. I think he need a brighter light shined on him because he really a hell of a talent. Now, I mean, win, lose, or draw, I'm rocking with Oshaquie for the rest of his career. I like the kid. He just gets better. His performances get better. He's sharp. He focused. And he ain't lost since his last loss, man. He completely turned it around. He made it like a 180, man. That kid just been kicking ass. Salute to my guy, 12. Appreciate you. Seen and unseen boxing. My guy was good with it. Yeah, man. I appreciate JusDueBoxing for that, man. Y'all go ahead and smash the like button and come talk to your boy. We back again. Know what I mean? I had to double up on the lives today. You get what I'm saying? Tank out here. He Tank blocking Floyd. Tank blocking Floyd is funny. Tank funny as hell, bro. Said that light is coming. Right. And listen, I want to say everybody that continues to pull up every day to support this grind, man, I rock with y'all. Y'all the real MVPs, man. Salute to everybody that came through earlier and everybody that's going to come through this trip. We going to build a little bit, y'all. We going to build. My first fight with Top Rank, yeah, for sure. All things was good with it. My guy, L-Dub, boxing. Man, I always got to say this because I be wanting making sure people know. I'm just doing real life, yo. I ain't just do online. I'm just doing real life. I'm really all about giving people their credit. I'm telling you, one of the solid people, like if y'all, just anybody in here, and I know I ain't the biggest channel, but anybody in here that likes real people, real information, like authentic boxing content. If you ain't already tapped into LWBoxing, do yourself a favor, man. Go tap into the bro. Telling you, man, I get a lot of good information from him. A lot of solid information. When people be out here pushing narratives, bro be lacing me behind the scenes, in the DMs with good information. He always on point. And he always do his groundwork, man. You get what I'm saying? So salute to L-Dub, man, just for being a one of one in this space. You know what I mean? In this space right here, man. Salute to my guy, man. Cash Crypto in the building. Was good with it, Cash. How you feeling, man? You know what I mean? I like to give people their credit, man. I like to give people their credit. But let's talk about it, man. We got Oshaquie Foster and Abraham Nova fight week. You got Teofimo getting dropped out of the pound for pound rankings over this past weekend, due to his lackluster performance against Jermaine Ortiz. And we're going to talk about it. I mean, for those that want to revisit the conversation that wasn't here when we was talking about it earlier. Tank said he blocked Floyd for not sending him the video when he beat old boy up. That's funny, bro. Shelton, what's good with it, fam? Good to see you back in the building. We got Teals at top pound. I don't Shelton. I mean, look, the only reason I don't is because his performances be up and down. He has pound for pound potential, I believe, Teofimo. Is he there quite right now? And I would say just based on the performances, be more up and down. I see a channel with pushing false narratives. I tell YouTube now. That's funny, bro. Yeah, me too. I'm with that. I just ignore him. You get what I'm saying? The Boxing Menu podcast, man. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, man. So yeah, y'all go tap in. Dub is the opposite, man. He pushed all real information or organic, authentic boxing conversation. I'm always gonna be a heavy advocate for anybody that give it up like that. He ain't never lied to me, and he ain't never gave me no bad information, bro. You know what I mean? So we just gotta salute people like that put work in the right way, bro. Like he could sit up and push narratives just like everybody else too, and he don't do it, bro. And for the people, I be having people coming through here a lot of times asking me about the rankings. That is your guy. If you want somebody that really break down and stay on top of the rankings, L-Dub is on top of that for you. Trust me. I mean, a couple people done tapped in already, so y'all just got to make sure y'all, tap into the real. That's all. I forgot that Lone was coming up a long layoff until beat him, and and the shoulder 12, the shoulder too. You know what I mean? Remember he got that shoulder right after the fight with him. Get what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about all this, man. Like, we're gonna make sure we got a good, healthy boxing conversation. Like, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't speak on Oshaquie Foster fighting Abraham Nova, man. That's a dude that you genuinely could get behind and root for, man, because he just keep putting them wins together. And if you look at his record, you see those 2 losses. A lot of times people write you off when you lost a couple times, man. Not Shock. You can't write Shock off, man. He a real one, man. He be putting in some real work, and I think it's gonna pay off for him, man. I really do. I think him and Abraham Nova gonna be a hell of a fight. I like the energy that he got. I like Abraham Nova energy. He looked ready. He looked focused. This should be a very fun, entertaining fight for us fight fans, man. I can't wait to see it. I think Oshaquie Foster really, coming into his own, and it's starting to show in the performances. And one thing about him, he's putting together consistent back-to-back performances. If you look at Oshaquie Foster since he lost, or if you look at some of these fights, like you'll see the progression. You'll see him just getting better. You'll see him sharpening on his craft, up on the craft, man. He's an improving fighter. He's a true champion, man. Win, lose, or draw, I rock with the dude. He easy to root for. He put the work in. And, some of them stories that I be hearing about the work that he be putting in the gym is something crazy too, man. So I'm rocking with him, man. Nah, Dub memory crazy. I'm telling you, you got that elephant memory. I'm telling you, mines ain't like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, Dub. I'll be hitting the treat for me. You know what I mean? Push narrative. He narrates the actual factuals. Man, that's perfectly said, Thomas. He don't no false narratives over there. He shoot him down and he gets you right with the right information. Marquis in the building. What's good, family? Dre Noble in the building. Salute to my channel members, man. Salute to the channel members. Yeah, I'm with Shaka Holt 100%, 12. I mean, I feel like these pound for pound rankings are they always going to be subjective, bro. They always going to be because they're opinionated. You get what I'm saying? They're opinionated. Jojo Diaz is fighting tomorrow. Salute to the Boxing Menu podcast. I seen them do it. I didn't get a chance to stop through there. I still got the notification up that you did the live weigh-in. So salute to my guy, the Boxing Menu podcast. I mean, Jojo, yeah, he fight tomorrow. Salute to Shelton, man. I see you keeping me on my toes. Yeah, he fighting tomorrow for sure. Me too, Dub. I'm really, really happy for the dude because he deserved it. Like, he's not a diva. He out of sight, out of mind. He show up and he show out and he go live life. Like, I like guys like that. He confident, and he don't like the fact that Abraham Nova was on record saying his name ain't big enough to fight him. And if my spotty memory serves me correct, I do believe he was. I do believe he did say that. I think I was paying attention to when he said his name wasn't big enough. And I'm like, see, they look at those losses. Shock was the kind of fighter that he got those 2 losses, right? So people will try to look at the losses and say, see, nah, I shouldn't fight him. I ain't got to fight him. His name ain't big enough. Or the fact that he ain't got a title attached to his name, they'll use that as an excuse not to fight the man. But look, like he said, I'm about to play this clip from him, man. Like he said, man, look how tables turn, bro. Tables definitely turn, man. I like how Shock talking his talk, man. And he confident. He want to fight, man. He want to fight. And I like Abraham Nova too, man. He's a damn good fighter too. You know what I mean? Jojo actually made weight this time, did he? That's what's up, man. Maybe he focused. Is Jojo trash? You know what it is, Dre? He can fight, right? Jojo can fight. I just think he at the back end of his career. And I always felt like one of his issues was he fights like a guy that punches so much harder than he do. You know what I'm saying? When he should just be boxing more. He be trying to knock guys out. And I just don't think he got that type of firepower. You get what I'm saying? But you can't tell him that. Jojo approach fights like he can knock any and everybody out. I swear he do. It's crazy. You think in order for these pound for pound rankings to be unbiased and fair, they should be done by a third party person. Look, listen, they always gonna be biased. They always gonna be a bit biased because people criteria is not even consistent as to why and how they got people on their pound for pound rankings. You get what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be a bit unbiased and you just lopsided. At the end of the day, it's subjective. It's your opinion. You could come up with your own pound for pound rankings, right? You know what I mean? Salute to Conor Loco. Conor a while back had came out with his pound for pound list of 2023. I thought he had a great list. Champ Side, salute to Champ Side. Here another one. Y'all know Champ Side. He put the work in. He had a pound for pound list, I believe, last year that I agreed with too. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on how you put those people in there, and it all for real. Shotgun demonstrate Friday. I think so too. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. I think it's gonna be competitive too. I think it's gonna be competitive between the two, man. So, but I'm rolling with Shock. That shock factor, and it's easy to root for a guy like this, man. It's easy to root for him. Let's hear this little short clip from Shock, man, at the press conference, man. He was ready. Shock was ready.
Man, we've been calling for Nova for years now. He know it. But his excuse was at the beginning, oh, my name wasn't big enough or whatever. But it's funny how the tables turn.
If he thinks I passed, then that's his opinion. I don't. Like I said, I can't say really like I passed or didn't pass, but he's a great fighter, and the opportunity's here now, and let's get to Rumble.
The strap on his shoulder, I'm sure, changed things. It's a world title shot. You're not going to say no to that.
Absolutely. He got the strap on his shoulder. That's my. Every fighter, goal is to fight for that and to win it. So definitely, he's with Top Rank. I'm with Top Rank. It only makes sense. Champ.
Bro, don't act like you don't remember, bro. You did videos saying that I didn't have a big enough name. But
Shock ain't letting it go.
If you don't remember, it's okay.
Yeah, if I don't remember. But hey, if it's there, please put it out there.
I remember everything though. I've been paying attention to you guys since I came back. I've been calling because they was pushing you heavy in the beginning. I've been calling for you. You had your excuse. Oh, my name wasn't big enough. You can act like you don't remember, but that always stuck with me. That's why you was the name that I called for the first fight on the Top Rank.
Man, I like that energy, and I like Nova too. I like how you responded. Look, man, if I said it, I mean, shit, hey, put it out there, but he basically like, look, that was before, we here now. And Shock got the same energy. He just letting them know, don't think I forgot about you saying my name ain't big enough. Now look how tables turn. I'm the champion, and I still call for you, and I want smoke. How can't you root for a guy like that? Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Shock said he don't forget nothing. He pay attention to everything. He said he specifically remember you saying that his name wasn't big enough to fight. Now look, Abraham Nova, he suffered the one little devastating defeat to Robisi Ramirez, the knockout loss, the one and only loss of his career. So he should be back strong. Like, he definitely don't want to lose. Shock already got 2 losses that came much, much earlier in his career. He definitely ain't trying to lose again either. And from the looks of it, his performances, in my opinion, just have been getting better. You get what I'm saying? Shock really, he adjusts to what's in front of him, bro. Like, how many guys can you say, how many pure boxers can you say, the dudes that's not looked at as punchers, go in, the backyard of a guy with over a 90% KO ratio and stop him? His stock definitely need to be rising. The light need to be shined bright on him. So I definitely wanted to make sure I gave him his just due today, because he gonna give us a good fight. I think he a slept on fighter. Like I said, sometimes people use the fact that he got those couple losses to kind of push him over by the wayside, but you can't do that. Shock a real fighter. He a real fighter with real talent, man. Chance are cool, really bothers about rank. Oh, Tank. Yeah, a lot of people are, listen, I come to the realization, Dre, a lot of people are tough on Tank because they know they know exactly what we know, or they feel exactly what we feel. That's why they so hard on him. Like, they'll say it's because he's older than the rest of them, this and that. Nah, it's just y'all know that he a hell of a talent, and y'all want to see just how good he is the same way we do. You know what I'm saying? Shock got that. I'm going to demonstrate energy for real. Like, soon as dudes started talking, Shock looked back straight like, yeah, all right, bro. Try to act like you don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show you, bro. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you. I think it boils down to what truly is the essence of boxing. That's how you actually delineate a pound for pound list. Yeah, for sure. For sure. What comprises the truest essence of boxing? For sure. All for sure. For sure. Thomas, Ashley's Corner, Cuzzo, back in the building. I hope you ain't working too hard over there. Made a video about this. Shakur and Cobra a little over 3 years ago. Oshaquie Foster left a comment on. Nova did say Foster's name wasn't big enough. Facts, cuz I'll say, appreciate you. I knew I wasn't tripping. I do remember him saying that. And I looked right at the record and I'm like, he's trying to use those 2 losses. It's like, without saying it, Shaq was like high risk, low reward because he ain't had a title, right? So it's just been a risky fight. Now, tables turn. You fast forward 2024, this man a whole champion and he's surging. And I like the way his career is moving right now. And I just want to keep seeing him get the opportunities. One thing about him being over there, on Top Rank is, the possibilities for more fights are there. And that's all I want to see. He the type of dude that you really could get behind, man. He a hell of a talent. Like I said, not too many people going to climb in the backyard of a Mexican fighter and stop him. You get what I'm saying? And in the 12th, where it looked like they was headed to try to take the fight from Shop, and he stepped on the gas and stepped on business, and he stepped on Hernandez. He did a number on Rocky. And they had one of the best rounds of the year. That 11th round, I believe it was crazy. That back and forth action, like, again, and that's Oshaquie Foster not being a puncher. That's what goes to show you people don't truly respect and appreciate people, what they bring to the table. That's a pure boxer. He went into the backyard of a Mexican fighter where the commentary was clearly a bit biased, and he stepped on business, man. He stepped on business and got a 12th round stoppage, bro. He beat the fight out this man. Hernandez is tough as hell. As tough as they come. He was taking everything, but Chop just kept chopping that tree, man. Chopping at that tree, and he got him up out of there, man. So, again, man, I wanted to make sure I gave Shock his just due, man, and spend some time talking about him today, man, because it's his fight week. Like I said, I'll try to bring this up for the rest of the week because this is an actual fight that's coming up, and it's a real one. I mean, Shock was a Showtime Blue Chip program showbox, but those 2 losses made them unsure about him for sure. And you know what? 12? For good reasoning, too. Because Shock could tell you himself, around the time that he had those losses, them losses came, that's when he was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And from what I understand, the minute that he took that other foot that was in the street and he put both of them in boxing, this been his results. I mean, he ain't lost since. You get what I'm saying? So I got a high amount of respect, man, for guys that are able to go through it and get through it and get to it. And that's exactly what Shock doing. That's exactly what Shock doing right now. He getting to it, man, and he making sure he made them 2 losses look like nothing. He 21-2 with 12 KOs. He ain't the biggest puncher, right? You know what I mean? But his last fight was a TKO stoppage in the 12th round. Very impressive over a 34-1 Rocky Hernandez that had, like I said, over a 90% KO ratio. So this man been putting in work, man. He been putting in work, and you gotta think his loss came against Ronald Chinea. Ronald Chinea was pretty good once upon a time. I remember him. I remember Samuel T. Rest in peace to him. You get what I'm saying? Shock last loss was in 2016, and it was a split decision loss, an 8-rounder. You get what I'm saying? Since then, he ain't lost, man. You know what I mean? Since 2016, that man ain't lost. He just been putting together win after win after win after win, and getting KOs along the way too. So I like Shock Foster, man. He a prime example of why you don't throw guys away after a couple losses. You get what I'm saying? Shock a real one. Yeah, he gave Nova an opportunity when he didn't want to give him one. Talk about it, Dub. Again, one more reason why you got to rock with him. And that statement that he's a real one, he a real one. Because like I said, I know somebody that personally know that guy. And from what I understand, he's as real as they come inside and outside that ring too. Crush the legend, my bro. What's good with it, Crush? Good to see you in the building. Samuel in the building. Peace, family. Going back on the Rise podcast. I was supposed to go last night, Dre. That's funny that you said that. I was supposed to jump up there last night, but baby boy got sick and it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I don't know. I'm gonna holler at Senior. He popped through here today. I'll tell him today. But we definitely gonna build, man. It's just I like to network and build with solid people, man. They got dope platform and got some dope people there. I mean, Senior, Squeeze, and Coach Kenny and Calvin, man. It's just dope to build with them. So he popped through here. I'll see what's up, man. Maybe even after doing these 2 lives, I'll still go over there and kick it with them on their show. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely I appreciate everybody tuning in too. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback about that live. So, you know what I mean? I like to keep, you know what I mean? Keep it going, man. Keep building, man. I love to build. So you might see me back there tonight. I don't know. Wait till Senior pop through here. If he pop back through, we're gonna see his shot different. But his fight style and his drip in the ring. Yeah, man. I like it. Like the outfits too. They be cold. He can fight southpaw and orthodox. Facts. He can. And it's more fighters out here that can switch more than what we think. You get what I'm saying? Like from me just, you know, talking to people and you know, building and having conversations, man. I learned that Shakur is not even natural southpaw. You get what I'm saying? I learned that he not even a natural southpaw. He was right-handed. You get what I'm saying? So it's stuff that you learn along the way. I didn't know that about him, but Oshaquie Foster knows it. He know that about Shakur. You get what I'm saying? B-Dog in the building was good, my guy. How you feeling, bro? So I should believe he don't remember. A friend of mine told me I said something that offended him. I can't recall saying. I still apologize, though. Oh, yeah, man. You know, because you solid, man. You's a real one, G. Salute to my guy, B-Dog. Said I knew it. Hey, Cuzzo, did you say that to me before? Did you say that? You might have said that before because you saying you know, and I think we might have talked about that before. I think you said something. You said so. You referred to that. But yeah, man, I found out that he wasn't a natural southpaw. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you did. You spoke on it, and you was a. That's why I say she one of the dopest in this space too, man. Male or female, she just be on it. You ever catch Ash and her takes, her lives, they different, bro. They different. She be having some dope takes, and she be on point. Some boxers don't want to put that dominant hand in front, had that crispy jab, right? And from what I understand, just like I'm left-handed. You get what I'm saying? I'm left-handed, so is my son. I think baby boy might be left-handed too, but I'm left-handed. So I remember when I used to, you know, play a lot of basketball and shit like that. People always had a hard time guarding, you know, the left hand. I used to score a lot because of that. People used to always say, "Man, that left hand." And then I've always heard that about, you know, southpaw fighters, especially when they skilled, they some of the hardest to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope. She the truth. Facts like Sojourner. Facts. All truth. She the truth like Earl. The truth speaks. You did. But yeah, man, I found that out. He said, "Me too, Lefty Nation." You dig? To my guy Cal Cooley, man. You lefties are cheaters in all sports. That's how they used to be, yo. Cuzzo used to be like, "Damn, that damn left hand, bro." Somebody they used to be like, "Yo, who got Kurt?" That used to be funny, bro. Playing on the court street ball and seeing how hard it used to be for people to defend against left hand. It was funny, man. It was just interesting. I mean, how much of an issue that a left hand or southpaw fighter could be for people. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. When Zab was on, he was a monster. Absolutely, man. I love Zab Judah. Love Zab Judah, bro. Sometimes he don't get enough respect. I love Zab Judah, man. He's different. He a hell of a fighter. Man. He gave Floyd a very interesting first quarter or so of that fight. That was very interesting. He had the speed, you know what I mean, and stuff to kind of match and give Floyd some issues early. That's why y'all seen that. But Floyd did his homework. He knew Zab was going to slow down, called him a front runner, and he slowed down right on par. And Floyd started to pick him apart. Started to pick my boy Zab apart. But Zab was a dog, though, man. He was a real one for sure. And he is a real one. Ain't no what he is. He was a damn good fighter. I wrote my left hand one day, and I was like, this how some folk who are left hand dominate, right? I'm telling you, 12 is it's very interesting. The pair up, you know what I mean? The pair up. Peace, love, and light to you and the family too, man. All love, bro. Salute to my guy. I was mad my son started using his right hand. I was suit when I started seeing my son using the left hand like that, to the point where now I know he officially is left hand. Now it's like baby do. He do a lot of stuff with the left hand too, so he make me think that he could be left hand. But, you know, at this stage, they be using both. So, but I see him grabbing a lot of stuff and reaching with the left. So maybe that means he might be on his way to, which would be dope too, man. But yeah, man, let's get back to the cook. Yeah, man. So as far as this Abraham Nova and Oshaquie Foster fight, it's a damn good fight. Like Dub said, Shock really a real one. You heard Shock remember when he said his name wasn't big enough, and he was like, you know what I mean? The fact that he gave him a opportunity when he didn't have to, I think that shows you what kind of a fighter he is, right? I think that shows you that he definitely believes in himself, and he's interested in making meaningful fights, quality fights. So I like this Abraham Nova fight for him. You know, Nova been putting in work of his own. You know, they records are close. The Shock just got one more loss. Abraham Nova is 23-1. You get what I'm saying? It's 23-1. So he got 24 total fights. You know what I mean? Shock got what? You know what I mean? 21, 23. So Abraham Nova is 23-1. Y'all 16 knockouts. He got some pretty long arms too. For a 30-pounder. This dude got a 72-inch reach. You know what I mean? So, you know, his last fight was a KO. That was last year. What was this? July. He fought July 28th last year. Jonathan Romero, who was 35-1. He KO'd him in the 3rd round. So since losing his only loss, his lone defeat in the 5th round was a 5th round knockout loss to Robisi Ramirez, who was 9-1 at the time. Since then, he's fought Adam Lopez, who's pretty tough as they come. We won a UD against him in a 10-rounder, and then Jonathan Romero, he stopped in 3 rounds. You get what I'm saying? So he you know, back-to-back good wins. Now he's in line for a title shot against Shock. So I think that's good. That's dope for him, man. Let's see if he could find a way to you know what I mean, get this title. I mean, I believe this would be what, his 2nd time. I think it's his 2nd time competing for a title. So, you know what I mean? Let's see if he's able to snatch that title. It's going to be hard, though. It's going to be difficult because Shock coming to win, and neither one of these dudes want to lose at all. You get what I'm saying? Man, he 30, cuzzo. He 30. He 30. Abraham Nova is 30 on the dot. I get Nova props for bouncing back from that bad KO. Absolutely, Dub. That's why I say, man, it's all about the get back. I looked at that loss. I was like, damn. Robisi clipped him, and I had Robisi winning anyway. I just didn't think he was going to clip him. I thought it was going to decision, but he caught Nova with one of those shots that he didn't see, and down he went, man. That was all she wrote. But again, people will see that, and they'll immediately write him off. They're not going to let you know. And think about it, Dub. He get the loss. He get the knockout loss. They throw him right in there with Adam Lopez. You can say what you want about him. That dude gives everybody tough fights. He gives everybody tough fights, and he went in there and UD'd him, man. He beat him convincingly, and he dropped him twice. He dropped him in the 5th and the 6th round. You get what I'm saying? So he worked. It was a damn good win. That's a bounce back win over a tough guy that always come to win. He's very game, yo. And if you're not on point, he'll probably got a good chance of upsetting you, if not beating you. You know what I'm saying? Or giving you a tough ass fight, should I say, if not outright beating you. Nova goon in that ring, but like Weezy said, what's a goon to a goblin? Yeah, man. He got a real fight against Oshaquie Foster. These are the type of fights that we need. You know what I'm saying? Ones that make sense. You can't shit on it. Like I said, they got around the same number of pro fights. You know, Nova got 24 pro bouts under his belt. You get what I'm saying? Shockey got 23 pro bouts under his belt. So they got, you know, in terms of pro experience, you know what I mean? They right on par. That's why this fight on paper is a great fight. It's a good style matchup as well, man. But Shock been showing me something since losing, and I've just been appreciating these fights, man. And if you really been catching him, you'll see that he's just been slightly just getting better and better to me. Performance has been sharper and sharper. You know what I'm saying? He definitely entering his prime right now, and I think he is sharp and focused as he's been the entire career. And McQueen, the professor in the building, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drop the link again just in case y'all want to come up and build on this one, man. Yeah, he did right. Blue Nose always give people a tough fight. Yeah, I think so too, though, Carzo. He got it. Salute to my baby girl, Miss Just Do. Man, pardon me if I miss the queen of the life. Pardon me, my baby girl. Salute to you. Yeah, I think Foster got this. Hope Lamont Roach get the winner for unification. Damn, Sam, you on point, bro. you're on point. It's almost like you took the next thought. I was about to mention that. So speaking of that, that's what Shock was talking about. He feels like Joe Cordina is a guy that, you know, he got the belt, start babysitting and don't really want to unify. He feels like with Lamont Roach, he got respect for Lamont Roach because Lamont Roach ain't babysitting the belt and he trying to challenge himself. And credit and big salute, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. He been holding it down, and that title that he won was much deserved, man. He worked for that one, man. So again, salute to Lamont Roach, and I'm right on point. You right on point, Samuel. That's right what I'm thinking, bro. That fight makes all the sense in the world. You know what I mean? Moving forward, especially for them two dudes to unify. You get what I'm saying? Or BC want to fight over Shakur in the amateurs. Yeah, he stopped my boy from getting the gold medal, 12. Stopped my boy from getting that gold medal, but I will say this. I'll say this though. If you go back and watch it, 12, because I watched it more recently. You go back and watch it, tell me what you think. I'm gonna tell you what I think going back and watching it. I don't think Shakur lost. It's crazy. All this time, like I was like, man, I had to watch it a couple of times to make sure I wasn't tripping. I was like, hold on, man. I see part of the reason why your ass was sad too, crying. You was hurt because you, man, I don't know if you lost. You know what I mean? I seen it in live time. I seen it when it happened live, but just to go back and watch it when everything calmed down, you just get a different look, man. Just it give you something a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them rewatches definitely hit different though, Just. They definitely hit different because we was talking about that Kovalev Ward one
right
the other day in the hangout. G Pride and myself and we went and rewatched it together and he was like, yo, it really wasn't the robbery that everybody thought it was. Because outside of that knockdown in the second round, and I think that's the thing that happens too. If you have a guy that has like a more telling moment in the fight, that you can kind of forget the quiet rounds, as Breadman likes to call them.
Right.
Like when the guy is just controlling all the action. Like most recently, we saw it happen with what's my guy's name? Navarrete and Conceição. Where it's like Navarrete, he scored the knockdowns in the rounds, but in the rounds where he ain't scored the knockdowns, Conceição was controlling the action for the most part.
Oh, right.
You got to score the whole fight.
That fight again. That's how close that fight was to me. I knew he was gonna bring it too, and I said it from. I don't know if you had seen TM in the building. Was good, my guy. How you feeling, bro? Bole in the building was good, Brody. I was talking about that too, man. He just, that fight right there, the way he looked in the fight before that got ended, I think a clash of heads or something. His aggression, bro, his intent, his attitude, man, I was like, yo, this dude was fighting like a man possessed a little bit before that clash of heads that ended that fight early for him, the one right before Navarrete. So I was like, bro, I knew he was gonna bring it. And I seen what he said after losing to Shakur. So I said, man, if he changed his approach, he gonna be an entertaining guy, pretty entertaining guy, because he already really could fight. He should have got the nod over Valdez and should have been.
I was about to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Should have got the opportunity to call himself a champion. You know what I mean? Yes. But they took that joint from him.
I'm glad you mentioned that Valdez point, because I feel like the Shakur fight was probably the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back for him. Because remember, in that Valdez fight, he was up midway, and it seemed like he kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit.
Just a bit, yeah. Right. I don't, and just that's why I like to see the get back, yo. The losses, all right, I get the loss, but I love to see the get back and how the fighters show you that he learned. And you know, if his attitude and demeanor was, you know, for the Valdez fight was similar to what it was with Navarrete the fight before, we might be having a different conversation. They might have really had to, you know what I mean, take the fight from this man. So, and he would have gave, I think, with that intent and focus that he had, and you know, his more previous two outings, he would have put Valdez in a different situation where it wouldn't have looked like he let up off the gas, because that intent fighting that way. Look at the way he fought Navarrete the whole way through. Man, that was a hell of a fight, man.
Even with the knockdowns, he got dropped and he got up and was still bringing it to him, man. He showed a lot of fortitude in that fight. And that's another thing that we got to take into consideration, too, when we look at some of these fighters is you got a lot of these guys that know how to fight from a technical standpoint, but then it's also a match. So to some degree, it's somewhat of a game. So you got to know how to manage that as well. And part of that is, you know, keep applying the pressure. We just saw with, what's the name, too? Another fight. Right. You were having that conversation. Shout out to my guy Bole because he made a fantastic point. But that damn Ramos and Lubin fight, man, where like Ramos got a little too comfortable around that 5th round, and his corner's telling him, "You up? You don't need to press. You don't need to go for it."
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. I was like,
"You can't let up now."
Yeah, like he's kind of. That's why I say, man, take a second look at that fight for the people that feel like it was such a robbery. You know, watching it in live time, I too felt like Ramos pulled it off, but then just thinking about it and reassessing the fight and looking at it over, Lubin had this slow but steady kind of pace, if that makes sense. It was no real drop off. He kind of fought the way he fought. You get what I'm saying? Whereas you got a guy like Ramos, you seen how he started off so fast. Whereas once they gave him that advice to kind of pull back a bit, it was so obvious to see. And it was like a drop off in his activity. And I think, you know, maybe the judges seen that, you know, slow and steady for Lubin. He just stayed the course. He weathered early storms. I mean, he gave up his back to the ropes a few times and allowed Ramos to really get off on him. But outside of that, bro, he had a slow but steady, kind of consistent, somewhat performance, right? Where it wasn't no huge drop off in what he was doing. Whereas it was not so much for Ramos because he started so, you know what I mean, fast in a sense, right? He started out so well, and that drop off, I think, was just very noticeable. And then I think he got bad advice in terms of like I ain't saying press it and go crazy, but it's working. Like have faith in the game plan. The game plan was working. What do you mean don't press him? I get it. Don't go for it or don't put yourself in stupid situations, but he wasn't doing that. He was fighting very smart. It was no need, in my opinion, to change tactics. And not even because it was late in the fight and your fear of getting knocked out. I think y'all had a very good game plan and you had the right fighter that was executing. And when y'all gave that advice for him to pull back a little bit, I think that, you know, that kind of, you know, tipped things over in Lubin's favor. Now the fight became more of a pace that Lubin can control. And I think maybe they could have seen that too. And Kello, my guy, I thought Devin lost the Loma until I went back and watched the first half of the fight. Yeah, man, Dad was putting in some work early in that first half of the fight for sure. Frequent flyer, my bro, was good with it.
That's super reasonable though, for sure though. Just the way I look at it is like this: if both of them guys was cooking, Lubin was in there making stew, and Ramos came out there and made a goddamn hungry man microwavable dinner with the little Salisbury steak with the little mashed potatoes. Just threw that shit in the microwave and that was it. Lubin was in there making stew. It was like you said, it was steady.
Right.
Kept jabbing, throw the occasional right hand, all that other stuff. It's like, and then Ramos, after a certain point, too, is like, he's following him around the ring, but he's not doing anything effective. So you can't just follow the guy. You also got to put hands on him, too.
Right. 100%. 100%. And it's just, I love being able to go back and look at these fights, man, because you see different stuff. Like, even going back, peeking at Ortiz and Tio, bro, miss me with that. He ran, miss me with that. He was boxing in and out. You know, he'd get out. He wasn't too greedy. I didn't see running. I seen boxing, bro. I seen a game plan that he figured out. That this shit is giving him problems. Why would I dare switch up tactics right now and give him what he wants? You get what I'm saying? Think about who controlled the pace of the fight. I don't give a damn about you pushing the action if you ineffective. You know what I mean? So that's what I seen. I seen a lot of ineffective pressure. It wasn't hitting. You know what I mean? It wasn't stopping Jermaine Ortiz from doing nothing he didn't want to do. And like I said, that's the only fight I think that I could point to undeniably and say I ain't never seen a fight where Tio missed that much. I ain't never seen it. He made him miss a lot. A whole lot. Zone verse, peace and blessings to my bro. Appreciate you always sharing the lives, family. We back again for this round 2. I'm up here with the professor, and we gonna cook for a bit, man. You know, but yeah, man. It's just always just be open to seeing something else, or be open to going back and watching the fight. You will pick up and see different things. You know what I'm saying? It's a little something different about it when it ain't live and you already know the results. So you just watching and you picking up on other stuff, other things that you didn't pick up on when you was watching in real time. It always happened like that. That's why it makes sense to go back and watch fights. You know what I mean? Sandor lost the same way to Teo, right? But the movement, and I honestly thought he beat him. He beat him too. You know what I'm saying?
They should have gave him credit for that other knockdown too. They only gave him credit for one. The crazy thing is both knockouts occurred the same way.
Yeah. And he's in those same holes, that same vulnerability that he showed in that fight. It reared his head in the Ortiz fight as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen some consistent holes with him now, I could say, after seeing what 20, what is he, 20-1 now? I mean, in them 21 fights, I seen some inconsistencies. That's why I say, man, with all that stuff he talking, he gonna have to put up, man, a better fight than that. You can't afford another one of those, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I question, man. And you know, they dropped him from the pound for pound rankings after this performance, and some people are like, man, that's only one performance. And you see, it's an overreaction, I think. You know what I'm saying? He still won the fight. You get what I'm saying? Even if you felt like otherwise, he still got the nod. So it's crazy that even in a win, a bad performance can get you dropped out of some rankings, even though they're subjective. But it just goes to show you how boxing is and how fast things can switch up. You can go from being that guy to, you know what I mean? And you still won. And look at the results, the blowback, the pushback after the fact.
1000% though. But I think that part of it is what you said though, Just. It's the fact that we've seen the same inconsistencies from him. And part of the pound for pound thing is not just a matter of accolades and accomplishments, but it's also all things considered. You know, like let's take away division, let's take away height, and you just look at somebody's skill set. Could these guys compete with each other on an equal plane? Like if they were the same height, same weight, all of that goes into pound for pound too for some people. For most people. At least that's what it was traditionally. It wasn't just, all right, this guy is undisputed or this guy is unified. But and with Teo, can you really say that though at this point? And also, you know, to your point about the inconsistencies with him, I'm starting to look at it like this is not an up and down thing or where he is mentally. These are just certain things that have given him problems. So it's like every time he has a performance like this against a guy who just happens to be southpaw, who just happens to establish lead foot dominance, and he doesn't know how to I'm not gonna say he doesn't know how to, but he doesn't pay attention to where he's placing his foot to keep this guy from rolling out to his right side. Is he going through something mentally every time this happens? Nah. This is just something that he has to work on, something that needs to be addressed.
Right. 100%, I agree. I like to rewatch it without sound because the crowd and commentary can misrepresent a fight sometimes. Absolutely, especially if it's somebody that they overly excited about. Like certain fighters had that kind of effect where everything they throw, you know, the people going crazy, whether they land it or not. So yeah, it do pay sometimes to turn it off. But you know, it's the interesting thing for me is when I be watching it anyway, when I be live calling the fights with y'all, talking to the family, my volume be down, you know, obviously copyright purposes. So my volume be down anyway. I'll be having to ask y'all what they say. People be saying that, you know what I mean? Y'all be hearing it in live time. That's why another reason why I like to go back and rewatch to see what else I missed. But it's always something else to pick up on, man. Always with boxing. Tim said Teo got outboxed and lost that fight. Picked Teo to win by UD. So my prediction rate stay 8-1, but Teo lost, in my opinion, right? For sure. Like it's a lot of people that felt like he didn't do what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? I seen a tape more recently from Gabriel Rosado. You know what I'm saying? That was very on point. It was an interesting take. I think he hit it right on the head. Pop with the drop. What's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? So yeah, man. Teo got dropped up out of them rankings. I mean, it don't really mean that much. It's subjective as a list anyway. I think the most important thing is he got the win, even though he just didn't impress. And it was a shaky performance, but you know what I mean? He lived to fight another day. You get what I'm saying? Where he goes from here is going to be interesting. Who he fight next, going to be interesting because he's been doing a ton of talking. So he going to have to deliver as well. You know what I'm saying? That Jermaine Ortiz fight, like I said, left a bad taste in people's mouths. So I was looking forward to seeing T.O. put together back-to-back performances since getting to 140 that we could really speak about. And he did right what he do. He be up and down. Like, you gotta think, since getting it. Pedro Campa, some people even felt like that fight was a little so-so. He got the knockout in there. I thought he did what he needed to do in that fight. Then you get in there with Sandor and it's shaky. You get what I'm saying? Do I still got it, T.O.? You know what I'm saying? Then you get in there with Josh Taylor and you look more focused than you've ever looked, right? So got Campa, you kind of up, you know what I mean? Sandor down, you know what I mean? Josh Taylor up, Jermaine Ortiz down. Like, that's the book on you if we just going off of, you know, if the body of work at 140, because that's where you at, obviously, right? We acknowledge the work you put in at 135, but you know, that don't have no bearing, obviously, as you learn, as you continuing to learn, don't have no bearing on what takes place at 140. Yeah, you put together some good wins and you had a nice run at 135, and I think you could have finished that run out without taking a loss to Kambosos, but yet and still, you know, you found a way to go in there and lose one. Since then, you kind of bounced back, and I think you've gotten two favorable decisions. You know what I'm saying? So when he say things like he fighting against the judges and commentators and all this different stuff, I mean, I hear you, but at the same time, when have you ever been on the wrong side of a bad decision? You get what I'm saying? Usually whenever it's in question, it's in favor of you. Sandor Martin, favor of you. Jermaine Ortiz, same deal, favor of you. Kambosos, that was something different because we obviously seen that he hopped on you early, dropped you and all that. So he had you looking quite bad. Now you did a hell of a job battling back and you showed what you really are. You know what I mean? What you really made of, dropping him and you know, hurting him, busting him up pretty good. So it was a hell of a get back during that fight, but you just still fell short. So since then, you know, like I said, you've been up and down. Up and down. You know what I mean? So we got to see what's next. You see how they beat Loma, top of the world. You know what I mean? That's when his career at the time. And you get in there, Kambosos and fumble. You know what I mean? So I like T.O. I do feel like even though he has a lot going on in his life, he still be able to go out there and perform. But I think you know, this trip here, I don't even know if you could blame it on outside the ring activity as opposed to the training and I don't know, the game plan and things like that just ain't looking up to par. And I think you and your dad might need to look to bring somebody else in there, man. I don't think that would hurt, bro. I really don't. Pound for pound's trash, because man should have been number one at the KO and Castano. You know how that go. They barely wanted to let him sniff that list. Nakatani fight as well. Right. That, pardon me. Damn, that yeah, it's true indeed. The Nakatani fight as well. It's another one. Complacency. For sure. For sure. Because after he beat Loma, I mean, look at the way he started talking. I mean, complacency settled in there. He learned, he paid for it. He came back. Like I said, the Campa fight got it, you know what I mean? Look better. And Sandor, like I said, shaky. Josh Taylor on top of the world. You know what I mean? And then back to the complacent T.O. You know what I mean? Arsen Goulamirian versus Zordo Ramirez for the WBA Cruiserweight title on March 30th in LA. Solid. Lexus Rocha versus Frederick Lawson on the undercard. Interesting for Rocha. Interesting fight for Rocha. See if he get his get back. Let's see if Rocha get his get back. You know what I mean? Let's see if he get his get back. He got smoked that last fight, man. What was his name? Santillion, Giovanni, something like that. That smoked Rocha. Did a number on his ass. And Ortiz just did Lawson filthy. So I know Rocha ain't as big a puncher, so I expect to see that fight go longer for sure. Should be a good one. And Zordo Ramirez, let's see if he, I don't know much about his opponent, but let's see if he get back in the win column. Remo, let's talk fashion. Hashtag JBT. What's good with it, family? We just spent the block one more time, from earlier to build a little bit more with the famo. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, T.O., it's time that he brings somebody else in. That's just my thoughts. If not, I guess we know what to expect from him. And the only thing I can expect is up and down performances. And the tricky thing is, right? Some would say, Josh Taylor was a better fighter than what Jermaine Ortiz is when you beat him, or whatever the case. So now that you got a Jermaine Ortiz, fight, and you didn't look as good, who's to say you're going to actually look better? You know what I mean? I know that's the way the pattern been looking, but again, I'm thinking about if your next opponent is even more dangerous than what Ortiz is, man, you could find yourself in a sticky situation, man. You really could. You could find yourself in a situation, but he did just fight, so I just want to wait and see what's next for him and what direction he go, because again, he at 140, he got a title, so I feel like that upper echelon of 140, the very top, is somewhat of some shark kind of infested waters where all those dudes on any given night could possibly beat the other. That's how I look at it. And then you got some guys that is positioning themselves to damn near be ready to compete for titles that is going to be in the mix as well. The Richardson Hitchens of the world. Like, man, you let that young man snatch a title. It's going to be very interesting at 140 to see, who going to chase who going to actually try to unify. Because that's my thing. Like, 140 need to go ahead and shake it up. Like, or it'll be just like a bigger version of 135. Remember, 135 has the killers all up in it, and it's like they ain't finding themselves in the ring with each other. Now you got some of those guys that was killers at 35, they're now at 40. And you just don't want to run into that same situation where none of the top guys is fighting each other. So, again, when I hear Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, it's like, okay, I get it. I mean, but all these dudes need to mix it up. Shit, if Ryan could get in there with 2 of the 4, then I mean, T.O. could get in there with the rest of them. If Ryan could get in there and fight Devin, then so could T.O. That's how I'm looking at it, man. So, if you were serious about making a fight with him before this, as you claim, you offered him this and offered him that, whatever. Like, that should still be the case, if you're successful in your next fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you should. That's a fighter that you should be pursuing any damn way. So, I don't know, but what you think, Ann, about this pound for pound rankings? Even though it's subjective, you think T.O. should have been dropped out?
I don't know if he should have been dropped out, but I do think that it is a reflection of folks just noticing some patterns in his fights. And you made a great point too. Like, what happens in your next fight if you fight somebody who's got similar attributes? Because the one thing, and here's why I understand why some people felt as though T.O. won. There were quite a few times where Ortiz, left a little meat on the bone, so to speak. Like, he would make him miss, and he was in position to hit him, and he just kind of just exited out. And T.O., we know this fight ain't gonna happen, but he's calling for a damn Terrence Crawford fight. Terrence Crawford ain't gonna let him off the hook with none of that. You ain't gonna be able. He ain't gonna step around you and not fire nothing.
Right.
So I think that's part of what it could be, where you starting to realize, like, yo, this guy, he's a fantastic athlete. You see him doing backflips and all that stuff, and he's got the good reflexes, Teofimo. But when it comes to like the nuance and the final points, I just don't know if he's there yet with his contemporaries. I just don't think he's there. And then you look at all of the other guys that are on the pound for pound list. Not only are these guys champions,
right,
but these guys also have great boxing acumen as well too. So if there were one person to drop off, it probably would be him. Who did they replace him with, though? That's my question.
Right. Yeah, that's something I didn't even think about that. I just know he got dropped out of the top 10. I didn't even think about who they might have replaced him with. That's a good question too, and that'd be very telling, because it's like, who do you replace him with? That's a good question, but yeah, and to be specific to Let me see if I can pull it up. If they show me, if they actually show the list, but it was the Ring magazine, and on top of that, and ain't that the belt he hold? Don't he got the WBO in the Ring magazine? And it's the Ring that dropped him up out of there. It's crazy. That's wild, but I believe it's the Ring magazine that dropped him. He not getting a Crawford fight? Hell no. Yeah, Tim, he only elite sometimes. That's the crazy part, especially in recent memories. It's like up and down. It's like a seesaw. It's really like a seesaw. It's the perfect way to describe his, his last 4 performances or so. You know what I mean? Since getting to 140, it's been up and down, up and down. Until hit his ceiling, or his dad's talking about he can't. A12, I was saying the same thing. I think their relationship respectfully ran its course, and I don't mean like in terms of they shouldn't be, a unit no more. I think his father has done an amazing job thus far. You know what I mean? With it predominantly being him in the corner and him at the helm of everything, right? Like that y'all made it to be 2 division champions. You get what I'm saying? So. I think y'all done some great things, but I think it's time for you to consider, like I said, bringing somebody else in. Whereas, you know what I mean? Because if he win, you win, y'all all win, right? You lose, y'all all lose. So I just don't think it hurt, bro. I think his dad really took him as far as he can take him. And I don't really want to see him in another fight where I look at it and it just seemed like he don't have a game plan. He just he relying on the athleticism and stuff to get him through the fight. And I'm just like, bro, if I can see this shit at home, ain't no way Jermaine Ortiz and his damn coach can't pick up on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think they chose to fight him the way that they did. But just going back and looking at some recent, rounds and stuff, man, Jermaine Ortiz really was fighting way more than people gave him credit for. You know what I'm saying? And it was the sweet science at a high level, man. He was playing chess in there, and T.O. was clearly playing checkers. Clearly playing checkers. That man was playing checkers. And it wasn't he wasn't making no smart moves in there. You know what I'm saying? Dad need to fall back to the cut, man. I'm telling you, chill out or something. But just be willing to be open to receiving help for somebody else outside of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Devon was good with it, fam. How you feeling?
Yeah, we were having that conversation earlier. It's like either you got to bring somebody in or you got to be willing to grow, right? Like it seems, just for many of us, we look at these coaches as though they're at their highest potential, right? But in order to be a great coach, you got to be continually learning yourself.
Absolutely, man. And again, I think that's where it's an area where Devin and Bill understand very well. They understand the value of working with other people, and one of the things that he doesn't do is get in the way of his son, being great in that regard in terms of working with other people that can that have something to bring to the table and that he can take with him. And that's where I commend Bill a lot. Like, I know I get to talking and stuff that pisses people off, but it's those little small minor details that kind of go under, under the radar, so to speak, because he's so loud about everything else. But if you really pay attention, that man done work with a lot of people, a lot of quality people, and he done been in the ring with a lot of quality people.
Yep.
Regard, I think that's where they're getting it right in that area. Like him not being headstrong, like he do a lot of talking, but again, remember, like the little story with him, like essentially firing himself and allowing Dave to bring him on to the extent he want him to be on. You get what I'm saying? That's dope. Not being in the way of your son. You know what I'm saying? And that's a place where I can always respect him, an area. I mean, he's building for different trainers. Yeah. Bill get it. He gets it, bro.
The trainers got to be willing to grow too, because you can't give your fighters, what you don't have or what knowledge you don't possess. It's like a glass, right? Like an empty glass can't pour into another glass. You got to have something.
Straight,
and I think that that trainers got to be the same way. You got to keep growing if you want your fighter to keep growing.
Right. Shout out to Orange, Texas, too. Straight jab.
Shout out to Bomac, too. He's another one, man. Like, Bomac, he got a whole team with him.
Right.
You see on these other sports, these guys operate almost like a CEO.
Right.
And then they bring in other guys. You got an
I
offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
I remember people making jokes like about Bomac having, all these other guys got to do this. He can't even do this. And I'm thinking about it like, bro, that's why they're winning. He don't have to do more than what he should have to do. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, having a team makes you stronger, not weaker. Yeah, it's cool and to do everything yourself, and but in hindsight, that could be taxing, especially when you're dealing with a multitude of different fighters. Like, nah, bro, that ain't what it is. Like, help is necessary. You know what I'm saying? Especially think about how much work it required that you put into one fighter that you're trying to build and make great. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, let alone, somebody else, a younger guy coming up. Like, man, you need that. You need that. And I think Bomac gets it too. You know what I mean? You need a team of people.
Absolutely. Just there's that part. There's the divvying up the time and the attention. Right. If you look at Derek James, I know people are a little sour on him right now, but if you look at that little stretch that he had, look at how close all of those fights were back to back.
Spreading yourself thin.
Fights are. Yeah.
Spreading yourself thin.
I don't knock what's my guy's name? Anthony Joshua for going out there with Davidson momentarily, because 2 weeks within that time you had Ryan Garcia fighting against Duarte. Them fights was like 2 weeks apart from each other. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult to divvy up the time. And then also the trainers got lives too. Like, you got other stuff going on. You got your own kids. You got your family. You got your woman. You got other things that you want to tend to.
Right.
Other engagements. But in addition to that, you may have another coach come in that has more expertise in a particular area. Like, this guy might really know about inside fighting. This guy might know about positioning. This guy might know about clinching and leverage. And this guy might know about, staying on the outside. And this guy might be a defensive specialist. Like, you look at Floyd Mayweather, he was really like a composite of his uncle and his dad. Like, his uncle was the more offensive fighter and his dad was the defensive wizard. So he took from both of them. So that's another reason why it's good to have a team.
That's a good point, 12. I mean, look, T.O. has the ability to be elite. Like, he has the potential to be one of those guys, but I think he got to put it all together more consistently. Like, that inconsistency can't follow him like it's been following him since he entered 140. You got to find a way to shake that a little bit and put together back-to-back performances that people could write home about, right? You can't keep, like, I noticed somebody said something about him possibly underperforming because of the name not being the biggest name. And it seems like you get up for those names. And I'm like, I understand that, but I think you get to a point in your career, especially when you already had a loss and a questionable fighters or so as well. You need to understand you got to get up for everybody. You know what I mean? You need your A game as much as possible. As much as you can possibly give it, you need it, because that's what boxing demand from you. And I think anything less, you run the risk of really taking that L. You get what I'm saying? And, boxing is so demanding. You can be on your A game and still take a loss. You know what I mean? It's just that type of sport. So, you know what I mean? I think that's something he just need to consider. You know what I mean? No matter the name, make sure you fully up and focused and prepared for that fighter. You know what I mean? Be prepared to cut the ring off all night if you have to. Like, how many fights do you want to find yourself saying after it was over that somebody ran from you? I already got like 2 or 3 to my count or so. You know what I mean? How long do you want to continue to add to that list? Or do you want to get better in that regard so you don't got to find yourself saying that somebody ran from you after a fight? It's weird, you know what I mean? Bomac smart on Keyshawn and Strap. Watch after Bomac. Did you see how excited he was in the locker room for him? Oh my goodness! And this is before he even fought. This is why they was about to make the ring walk. Like, salute to J Hardcore. I seen my guy post that little clip, and I just seen that. Like, man, bro, like that excitement, yo. You ain't Bomacing like that. You ain't doing that for me on the sideline. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, yo, it's your time. He was giddy, like hype, like a kid, like in a candy store. And this is before they stepped to the ring, before they walked out. I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this energy from Bomac, man. I like him as a trainer for Keyshawn for sure. I mean, because he seemed like he got that kid's ear, and that's what's important, especially in today's boxing. Being able to get a guy's ear and have him respond to the things that you're telling him to do. And he did that. And what you crazy think is his father too stubborn to add a new trainer. Yep. It's gonna be his downfall, willing to bet money. And I heard that they temporarily had bought somebody in a while back, a couple fights ago or so. And I think like the typical story, I think they butted heads, him and Teo Sr. And you know what I mean, he got up out of there and then he went back to doing like football drills or something. I was hearing about him from somebody that was close to the situation. So yeah, man, it's a lot of ego involved in boxing, but don't let that be, you know what I mean, to the detriment of the fighter. You get what I'm saying? I think boxing would be a lot better if it, you know, people just put their egos, check their egos at the door. Thinking about Bullet, leaving Rolly. I think he got in Rolly air and veered him in another path. Shit, could be possibly whoever it is that he's working with now. You know what I'm saying? I heard Bullet saying that people got in his ear and stuff like that. And I mean, if you listen to the story, it seemed like Rolly was trying to seek, you know, maybe help outside of Bullet. And he said he found that to be disrespectful. Like he was saying he wanted to go work with somebody for a couple of days or whatever the case. And he just didn't like the whole notion of, you know, the fact that you could even think that somebody could be better than him. Like the way he said it, like he might say like he's not trying to sound arrogant or whatever the case, but that's kind of how it comes off. And you the one that kind of ended the relationship because he was trying to see for that help outside of you. And if you want to be honest, can you say that since these Rolly fights, we've seen this small body of work that he got out there right now, can you say that he's an improving fighter from fight to fight? No. So, like, when a guy goes and try to reach out to somebody outside of the guy that they've been rocking with, I can't see that as a bad thing. You're just trying to get better, right? And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You want to support your fighter, unless it was some, you know, backdoors type of situation. I don't think that was the case. You know what I'm saying? I think you should have just stayed a little bit more patient. That's my opinion, but I got to respect where he's coming from. He's like, look, man, it's either me or it ain't nothing. So, I mean, so there they go. Salute to Doug. Say IBF ordered a purse bid for Karen versus Harry Scraft. Winner becomes mandatory for Boots. Wow, Karen trying to get his lick back. That's funny, though. That's funny. Man, Karen ran around the ring the whole time. Yeah, he didn't engage. He really didn't want to fight. He did not want to fight. And that is a guy that see the intent in the game plan. His was just to move, never really engage at all. Can't tell me Ortiz did that. Can't tell me Ortiz did that. I didn't see that. You get what I'm saying? He was taking them shots, but if you come run, yeah, did I pass? Yeah. And even with the very, like, you know, limited, consistent offense that we were seeing from Boots, he still felt like that Boots mad strong. You know what I mean? He's feeling that power still. Rather Crocker come from the zone and see Boots. That would be very interesting. Crocker. Kinky ass. They did it again, cuzzo. Hit you with some more bogus ads. Oh man, they crazy. Oh man, restoration, man. Them ads be bogus, man. They be tripping. I seen the ads you was talking about too. Man, they funny. YouTube is funny. Salute to the tube, man, for the ads, man. They funny. But yeah, man, bro, we got a good fight coming up. You know what I mean? Pitbull, he like some people think he's gonna spark Pitbull. I think once he hit him, then it's gonna. I want to see this. I want to see if he really can just knock Pitbull out, or Pitbull gonna get him. Damn, cuz they got super kinky today. Valentine's Day, they just pulled out all the stops. They put all the stops for V-Day, huh? Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That is funny. That's funny. But yeah, man, T.O., man, he got a lot of eyes on him. I will say that. People are watching him. People paying attention. But he got to pick it up, though. And again, his father being the only one in this corner could end up being to his detriment, as I think we starting to see some of that. And we've seen it in you know, in different fights. So it's not like a one-off thing. Like, it's something that I think he need to figure out for himself, or the road ahead can be a lot more bumpier and a lot tougher. You know what I mean? Because just credit to Jermaine Ortiz, no slight to him, but he ain't the absolute best that 140 has to offer. You know what I mean? That was his first fight there. You know what I mean? So it's definitely some tougher fights, I believe, for him, because stylistically, some guys are going to oblige you a lot more than what you want. They're going, you know, you want a guy that's going to come to fight. You got Matias. There you go. It's some people. Gary Antoine Russell, another one. He comes to fight. Like, I ain't trying to hear it, man. It's some guys at 140 that oblige you and give you what you're looking for, T.O. If a fight is what you want, look no further than Subriel or Gary Antoine. They right there. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you the kind of fight you want that you saying you want anyway. I think Rolly versus Cruz is going to be a meme worthy. I think so, too. Because I ain't got no dog in the race, so it's funny. It's going to be fun to watch. You say, you think Rolly nervous? Man, him and Keith Thurman promoting a fight together. It was crazy seeing that. It was funny. Rolly's shirt all stretched out in the neck part, looking bogus. See, my Chiefs parade got shot up. Damn, that's wild. So, damn, man. Prayers to everybody out there, man. Hope everybody good out there. Well, that's ridiculous. Mr. M Pride is in the building. What's happening with it, family? We've been building a little bit, talking about, a few things, Foster and Nova. Shocked Foster and Nova, Abraham Nova fight week. That's a great opportunity for Foster and Nova as well. And like the fact that Foster is giving him an opportunity, like Dub said, when he didn't have to, that's a guy I respect, and I know he coming to win. You get what I'm saying? I know he coming to win. And then, Teofimo Lopez then got dropped out of the rankings all crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Roby did run into the beast, tank through. Yeah, his shot tank through. Yeah, he ran into the shot tank through for sure. I don't think Cruz has tank footwork or counter punching abilities. Could go 12. Yeah, for sure. It could go 12. I just hope it don't, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that fight has knockout written all over it to me. Roby say he's not talking trash to Cruz because the fight is being showed and promoted in English, even though Rolly speaks Spanish. I think that's that BS he should. He should want to talk. I ain't trying to hear that. You talk all the other time. They don't stop you from talking. Macho was good with it, family. Good to see you back in the building. I just played the Thurman and Rolly promotion video. They look like the Waynes were brothers. Yeah, for sure. They did, they did look awkward and funny seeing them dudes promoting a fight together. I'm like, look at these damn funny ass guys, man. Damn characters. There's some characters for sure. Damn characters, bro. Rolly and Keith Thurman side by side promoting and shit. Looking like brothers. Larry Lopez in the building. Channel member as well. Salute to you, bro. Foster, that guy absolutely is. And I think he's going to show that come fight night. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good one. So I had to make sure I ain't let the week go by without, building on shock fight. They got a Tiger Johnson, I believe, is on this undercard as well. This is the undercard, matter of fact, right here. So yeah, they got Tiger up there. They usually all match Tiger up pretty tough in a sense. Like, he be having some durable guys up in there. He don't just be having dudes that's just laying over. It ain't like he can't punch. I mean, Tiger Johnson he's talented as hell, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. For sure. Rose should already call Cruz ugly midget, but nothing. He know he getting KO. Trying to play it cool, Cuzzo. He know that belt coming up awful. Pitbull, that belt coming with me. It's a solid card, man. I'm glad to see it, man. I'm ready. Ready to see it. We a couple days out, man. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a goodie. And it's on a Friday, Madison Square Garden Theater, New York. Let's get it, man. Shock about to show out, man. I love it. I love seeing people get their just do. Rohan Polanco, nice too. I think Macho. I think that's who Kano been advocating for. It's just, he got a brother or something, right? I think, or am I tripping? Polanco, but I think that's the guy that Kano be talking about for sure. That's nice. But yeah, man, the 16th. Where we at? The 14th. Good Wednesday. We got Thursday, Friday. So it's on a Friday. Got a good fight on a Friday. Solid fight card for a Friday, man. You know what I mean? Yep. 16th is the Friday. Yes. Let's get it. Top rank, man. I should call this one live, just like I did this last joint, man. I should. Why not? I should. Think we're gonna be in the building for this. This a must see, man. I want to see Shock stand on business. No, I love it. I ain't not looking ahead of this dude for him. I expect this to be an entertaining, competitive fight, though, because Abraham Nova could fight for sure. And again, I know he don't want to lose. I know he don't want to lose. Casanova pugilist in the building. Bud knows he getting stopped by Bud Jr. Bud Jr. 12 threes in the building. Much love and appreciation, man. Salute to my guy. Yeah, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Bud got a couple fights left, man. He got to make them count. Got to make them count. Salute to my guy. Tori said videos dropping tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. Man. But yeah, man, I can't. This a fight I'm looking forward to for sure, man. I like the trajectory that Shock Foster career been on since his last defeat. Like I say, he's just been putting together win after win. I think his performances are getting better. I think he getting more comfortable. I think he entering what should be his prime. You know what I mean? He look as focused as he's ever been. I think he gonna give Abraham Nova all he can handle. It's gonna be a hell of a fight right there. My man Morrell fighting. I ain't hearing nothing about Morrell yet. Just yet. If he fighting anytime soon, I hope he is, because he a damn good talent. Front line is in the building. What's good, family? You got to shine. He just signed a Top Rank deal. Yeah, and he been doing him so far. He said this is the fight he called for as soon as he got up over there. So he gonna handle business. Nova is nothing to sleep on. Nope, he's a good fighter for sure. A good thing for us that we know Shockey is definitely focused, and he knows full well not to overlook nobody. But I think he eager to go out there and show out again, man. For real. I mean, he said this is a fight that he been calling for, especially ever since Nova was running around saying that his name wasn't big enough. So the fact that he giving him an opportunity is definitely dope. I mean, you got to respect it. And, Nova only took that one lone defeat. He definitely deserve another opportunity in there to be great. He definitely deserve that other opportunity.
So I don't know if Nova got anything for him though, man. Because I think Nova's a solid fighter, but just the way he fights, I think his style is just all bad for Shock. Like, I was rewatching that fight that Shock had with, I think it was Vargas, if I'm not mistaken. And then I was looking at the way that Nova fights, even against Blue Nose. It's like he's so damn heavy on the front foot. Like, he leans over his front foot, head all the way out there. I think Shock is going to just pick him apart.
Right.
And he's a damn good fighter himself. He's a solid fighter in his own right, but just stylistically. Like, I just don't see no way he could fight. He could beat Shock. Like, he would have to, I don't know, you would have to get lucky. And I don't want to say that. Like,
boost tank. Right.
But just stylistically, man, I just don't see him beating Shock.
Yeah. Ryan said Tank doesn't punch hard. Yeah, remember that Rolly did too. This is funny. Them dudes is hilarious. Detroit, BC in the building. Was good with the family. I wanted to clarify some things he said about the Zone and Matiz deal. Matiz is not signed with the Zone. It's a multi-fight deal, but he's still with the fresh promotion. Yeah. I wonder why I don't know. I hate the fact that they had this like this there. You know what I mean? That's wild, but I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, because they damn sure did announce it, but salute to you, bro. appreciate you, man. I just think him, and again, I think the good thing about that Matchroom situation, or the fact that he's over there, as long as he's doing business with them, I think it keeps fights on the table, right? So the certain fights that we want to see Matias in, but I appreciate that for sure. I didn't catch that. They ain't specify that for sure. They definitely put it up as if, you know, Matchroom with his own is where he signed at. So we'll see how it shake out for him. And he boots in that undisputed video game, right? For sure they do. Because we get to see an active Matias. That's all we need, Roger. You get what I'm saying? Keep that young man active, man. I mean, I want to see just how dangerous he could be for people moving forward. Got one of them styles that's pleasing for us, but, you know, frustrating for guys that he in there with. Spence too tired of playing against Canelo players all day. Right. Right. I'm mad they ain't never come out with another fight night. They are disrespectful for that, but, you know, it's weird, man. It is weird, man. But yeah, man, I'm with you. As far as let's finish rocking out, man. We're gonna be here for a little bit. Pound for pound boxing talk back in the building. Was good, family? How you feeling, bro? Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your bro, man. And y'all talk to me, man. Who y'all got, man? Before we move on, man. Do anybody got is there anybody in the chat that got Nova winning? Anybody got Nova beating Shot Friday? Man, yeah, I gotta catch that too. I gotta jump up there one of the times with you too, and when y'all be breaking down that fight film, man. You got an eye for that fight film, bro.
You know, so crazy, Just.
You got an eye for that.
Probably a week ago or 2 weeks ago, my wife was like, "Would you want to go to this fight at Madison Square Garden? Some guy named Foster." I didn't know who the hell she was talking about, so I said no. I was like, "Damn." She was gonna buy me the tickets. It was like $55 for the tickets. I was like, "Damn."
Right.
Good seats too, $55.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Foster who?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now I know it's this fight.
Right. Damn. Salute to your girl, man. She a real MVP.
That would have been my Valentine's Day gift. I played myself. Congratulations.
Oh, man. You played. Congratulations. You played yourself. Shock here. Yeah, man. Shock gonna do his thing, man. Shock gonna do his thing Friday, man. You got Shock too. Nova has a huge possibility, but if Foster comes with that heart, came in his last fight, it'll be a long, rough night for Nova, right? I think he is. I think he's gonna bring it. Both guys look ready and focused, man. That's what you like to see. You know what I mean? Neither guy oversold it. They ain't have to, but you could clearly look from the energy that, you know, look, Nova said it. Let's rumble, man. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And Shock, like, man, he got that look like it. We gonna get right. So should be fun. Should be fun. Like I said, they threw Tiger Johnson on that card as well. That's somebody that I got my eye on. That's definitely talented.
I like Tiger too.
Mm-hmm. He's sharp, man. He fast as hell, man.
Yeah, he is. Top rank got all them sharp little prospects, man. Abdullah Mason. I'm like, where they find Bruce Carrington? Like, where the hell they finding these guys at?
Yo, I got to see Bruce Carrington fight live, bro. Man, it's so much fun when you get to see him live. Man, his demeanor, bro, his temperament, like if standing on business was a person, that shoots you. Man, he don't play. From the ring walk to that switch, man, he be on that. I'm telling you, getting there, he be trying to hurt something, man. He can box so well with his IQ and stuff like that, man. It's a smart kid. Very articulate, man. He understands the game very well. If you ever hear him speak, like he just...
I was going to say that. You said the operative word, just switch. Because when you hear Shushu in the interview, he is such a mild-mannered young dude. Like, he's, like, very soft-spoken. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to come in here to win and do my thing and this, that, and the third. And then he fights the complete opposite of how he speaks. It's like, whoa. And then I saw his documentary. Shout out to my guy Tampa Tommy. He sent me the documentary. I don't know if you've seen it. That Brownsville Born joint. And I get it, man. After I saw that documentary,
he got that. He got that temperament, man. I love it. And he got a good family too. He got some good people in his corner. I think he gonna go far, man. I could see Shushu tearing some stuff up. You know what I mean? So again, it's a lot of young talent out here that's it's gonna be fun to watch moving forward, man. Top Rank got some good ass prospects. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, will they all end up, staying there? Who knows? But so far, I like what I'm seeing from these dudes, and I just want to see them all get their shot because they all need them opportunities. They all deserve them. They sharp. They understand the game. They live in that lifestyle. They really taking this shit serious. So I want to see all these dudes continue to get their shot. Tiz with the matchroom. The zone means we are a fight away from Haney versus Matias. Some people think so, 12. Some people think that fight is very, very possible. And I just hope it is because it's no reason why it shouldn't. I mean, the last thing you want to see is all these guys that's holding titles at 40 not fighting. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not fighting the up-and-comers that's deserving. Like I said, Gary Antoine should be a fight or so away from an opportunity, in my opinion. Richardson Hitchens, like we know he got a fight coming up with Lemos. Like he right there knocking on the door. It's a lot of talent at 140, and I want to see all these dudes mixing it up so I can see who the best, or we can see who the best.
Right. Agreed. Speaking of holding on to titles and opportunities, while we on the subject of shock, I heard somebody mention Joe Cordina a little bit earlier. You think there's a chance we see that fight? Because from my understanding, that was part of the reason why Shock was getting that raw deal. You could see what it was. In that last fight, ain't no way in hell you could tell me that he was down 11-0 on the cards and needed a walk-off knockout to win that. There's no way you could watch that fight and say he was down 11-zip. So you knew what that situation was. Like, we're going to get that belt up for him. Because if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't that like his last fight over there with that entity? So do you think we see Joe Cordina in there with him, or they're going to try to move him up to 135 or something like that? What do you think?
And as far as the Cordina, like you were saying, you think you could see that with him in Shock? I don't think so. I mean, you could. It's always a possibility, but I just get this feeling that Shock, not Shock. Cordina is not trying to unify, and that's something that I was reading just today. Like, I think it was Shock giving credit to Lamont Roach for being a guy that's willing to test himself and possibly get in there and fight. He said he ain't babysitting the title, whereas Foster, Lamont Roach, more makeable fight than Joe Cordina. As he say, not babysitting the belt like Joe Cordina. And you get what I'm saying? Joe Cordina seemed like he had opportunities to make certain fights, but I don't know what his deal is. But I would love to see that one too. That'd be a cool fight, another good fight. Cordina can scrap. I mean, damn sure could scrap, but that's Shockey's own words right there from this article that I got pulled up. So yeah, he wants that unification for sure, though. So he's going to defend against Nova. Manuel Navarrete would have been his first preferred opponent, he said, too. But you know what was going on with him, so, and he's supposed to be moving up to fight Denis Berenchik. So, that takes him off the table. But, he said he'll welcome the fight with Joe Cordina. But he felt like it's more makeable with Lamont Roach because he felt like Roach is obviously the more willing guy out of the two. So, and I like Lamont Roach. Like, I don't think he ducking no smoke either. Like you said, he ain't babysitting that title, man. He's a hell of a talent in his own right. Eddie protects his UK gems. I'm telling you. But yeah, Tasmanian Wolves, he should. Gary Russell got to get back in the mix. Also, only guy that wants all the smoke, him and Sugar Garcia. I'm telling you, they want that smizzy. Gertz, what's good with the family? How you feeling, bro? But he say he ready for any of these dudes. Shock. So, yeah, man. So he's starting with this triple header. Oh, man, that's crazy. Hold on. I'm tripping. Shoo on here, too? I'm wilding. I ain't see it in the
Shoo was on that card on Friday too, man. I'm tight. Yeah. I should have accepted that damn Valentine's Day gift, man.
Right,
because I didn't know what Foster she was talking about. Some guy named Foster. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Scheduled to begin at 9 p.m. Friday with a 10-rounder featherweight. He got his 10-rounder. I think this would be his first one too. And he's squaring off against Norway-based Filipino southpaw Bernard Torres, who's 18-1, 8 KOs. Okay. Andres Cortez is fighting. I heard about him. 20-0, 11 KOs. You know what I mean? Who else they got? Puerto Rico's Brian Chevalier, 21-1, 16 KOs in a co-feature. Okay, we got some action, man. That just made that card that much better with Shushu on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lamont Roach too. Yeah, I like Lamont Roach. What's that, Macho? What you said, bro? See the question mark. He said, why is it doing that? What's going on? There we go. So you should ask what his name was. Yeah, you brought your blessings. Right. He said Foster who? And said Foster who? Yeah, Polanco nice. I didn't know he had a brother. I thought so. I thought so. I could be wrong. I asked Kano though, but I know that he vouched for that guy. Polanco. But let's see. But yeah, man. So again, we got this co-feature, and I mean, this triple header, and I'm glad to hear that, man. Good shoe on the card. That makes it even better, and that should be his first 10 rounds. I know he about to show out, man. That dude really sharp. He like that. I like Bruce Carrington, man. I do.
Yeah, Shushu is sharp, man. He's a damn technician.
Mm-hmm.
That guy just looks so fundamentally sound. And I gotta watch him under the microscope, like, because I be watching a lot of these fights in half speed when I watch them on the replay.
Right.
I be watching them at half speed just to look at all the little nuance, like where they placing their foot, how they exit, and exchange, and all that.
Right.
But from everything I've seen from him, he just looks so fundamentally sound, looks so sharp.
Subriel going live with Mill City right now. I wonder what he talking about. I will go over there and listen in, but I'll go peek at it a little later.
Speaking English?
Man, was good with it, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button for you, bro, if you haven't. But yeah, man, again, this is a good card for Friday. On a Friday, I'm rocking with it. And like I said, I think we're going to be here. I might as well call this. I don't see no reason why not. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, man. Get to see them young gunners go in there and scrap it out. That's what I want to see. All right, what else? I was something else. All right, so we pretty much built on the I think the fight card for the most part. Again, we chopped it up on TO, and then, you know, pound for pound is subjective. It's not really a big deal, but it's interesting, and it's amazing what a shaky win could do for you, right? And how it could make the people look at you. Greg GP in the building was good. JBT in the building was good, famo. How you feeling, man? But yeah, so it's all subjective, but where Teal goes from here, we're gonna wait and see. Like I said, him and Keyshawn had some back and forth, and I showed y'all the little sparring clip that they had, and it was obviously some situation must have happened too where Keyshawn knocked over T.O. Sr. I think I was saying that to y'all earlier for the people that didn't catch it, because I don't know what it was. Yeah, Shakur had said knocked his own father out, but they clarified that he didn't mean knock him out, he knocked him down. So knocked him over or something like that. So I don't know, maybe they had some type of scrum or you know, shoving match where T.O. Sr. got knocked down, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure he all right. He be all right, you know. He be all right. He a big boy. He could handle it. Southpaw's tendency to do that moving forward. And Shushu fighting a Filipino Southpaw Friday. You know what I mean? With only one lone defeat. First 10 rounder. I like that. I like that for the young man. Gotta have power coming southpaw though. Yeah, man. I think the southpaw fighters, man, especially the top tier ones, man, they just some amazing talents, man. We got some dangerous southpaws. I mean, you dig? You got some dangerous guys out there. Oh yeah, man. So look, man, back to what I was saying, man. Teofimo, like I said, that back and forth with Keyshawn Davis was entertaining. But I tell you what, after seeing the way he performed against Ortiz, say what you want. You could favorite Teo in that fight. Just say hypothetically, if there was the fight, you could favorite Teo in that fight. But I'll say this: it'll be a lot more competitive than what people probably give credit for. William Old School, my brother, was good with it, bro. How you feeling, man? You gotta give me 1 second. Fire alarm. That was weird. Fire alarm went off. I was about to say, what the hell going on, man? Breakdown Shorty in the building. Something else I wanted to talk about, family, while we here. Hey, Ant, did you catch those comments that Inoue made recently? Somewhat about kind of aimed at American fighters.
About the American fighters.
Yeah, this joint right here. It's about his performance against Cool Boy. I think it was perfect from start to finish. I could easily see what he was thinking. I don't know if it's because he's American, but he doesn't like getting punched in the face. Their boxing style is different from Japanese fighters who fight with Yamato Damashi. I don't know what the hell Damashi. I don't know what that is. Japanese spirit, I guess. He said, well, I think there are some fighters in the U.S. who fight like. Let me take this off real quick. So he fight like that, but probably not many. He took a little stab at the American fighters. It's crazy how he said, I don't know if it's because he's American, but he doesn't like getting punched in the face. Shit, who like getting punched in the face, man? Like, huh? They don't like getting punched in the face. Their boxing style is different from Japanese fighters. So, I mean, look, if you had to, I love a good fighter, period. I don't care where you're from, to be honest with you. But, I mean, you just look at the history of things. We got far more, champions and things of that sort. Like Inoue is what I'm saying is Inoue is a great fighter, but he's an anomaly. Like you don't have, tons of, I guess, if you want to say Japanese fighters that's anywhere near to his level or has the type of notoriety that he has, right? So, I mean, he's free to his opinion, but I don't know. You have different styles. Again, Cool Boy ain't no no come forward pressure fighter that punches hard, right? He's a boxer that can switch it up and fight his ass off, right? But you did what you did, but I think you got different styles, obviously, and he don't have this kind of style that Inoue is obviously describing. So he ain't like getting punched in the face. Shit, who do? Don, what it do, family? How you feel? Said we sending Carmel after him. Just I said the Carmel, put Carmel on the job, Don. Yeah, man. Unless Foster backflips, it's fluke and he don't show up. He seems okay. Okay, now he gonna do his thing. He gonna do his thing. But that's what he said. That's what Inoue said. Man, what you think about this, Ant?
I think it's an interesting comment, and I kind of see where he's coming from, though. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, nobody likes getting punched in the face, and like my guy Will Old School said, that's the reason why you learn defense. But I do think that in different places, you got guys that they might fight with a little different type of fervor. Like you seen that young man that just passed recently, that was out there from Japan. He was on the Inoue on the undercard. Your man fought until he really couldn't fight no more and slipped into a coma, and that was it. And then you got everybody's not willing to fight like that. Like we say, yeah, we're gonna go out on our shells, but that's not the case for a lot of guys, man. You can kind of see it in their body language when they start getting discouraged and they don't really want to fight no more. So I think that's more so like where he's hinting at. I don't think it's a knock on American fighters as much it is maybe like a, maybe just an observation about, cultural differences. Like they seem to be a little bit more prideful.
Right.
The samurai type, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Fall on the shield type of fall on the sword type of dudes, man.
Right. I think that's what he was describing. Like these, a lot of these dudes be, especially I just don't think he considered the fact that how hard he punching. Ain't nobody trying to get punched by you, dude. I don't think it's nobody you fought that enjoys getting punched by you. You know what I'm saying? and it's crazy. You can't just, and I get it, I don't think he really trying to take a stab per se, like in a disrespectful sense. He seems to come across a pretty respectful dude. I think that was an honest opinion or perspective that he just shared. But shit, I mean, look at Paul Butler. You know what I'm saying? Look how he fought. He literally fought to survive. I mean, he took you a lot longer in the fight, but that's because he fought like that. Out of the cool boy didn't fight in that manner. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I mean, and then in comparison, like think about that fight that Inoue had, that first fight with Nonito Donin. Your man wasn't there with a broken orbital bone. Right. I was damn near, hanging on by a thread, and he thugged it out and got a UD. So I think that's more so what he's talking about, especially with the whole fight, with the whole spirit thing.
Oh.
Some cats are willing to go the extra mile.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame anybody for not going the extra mile. Like, yeah, that's honorable that you're willing to do that, but, your life is on the line.
All right.
Because we have had fighters over here in America, God bless his soul, Patrick Day, where he was in a situation where he fought tooth and nail, made it to the final bell, ended up slipping into a damn coma and passed away.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, like, that's why I say all the time, although that, it's very entertaining to see these dudes go out there and kind of, I guess, go out on their shield and, go balls to the walls and, guts and glory. That's cool, but it ain't for longevity. And I think if it's one thing our American fighters do understand, it's hit and not get hit. They understand, like, the less punishment you take, the longer you last. So, although I appreciate Inoue's approach, but not everybody is going to, especially when you fight a guy like that, that's punching like that. You're going to be very strategic and smart and careful about how you go about that.
And I like the way that you use the word longevity, because here's the other thing. Like, longevity extends beyond your boxing career. When you look at our great fighters that retired, what do they always say? They learn from their predecessors.
Right.
When you see guys like Tommy Hearns, and he can barely fucking speak now. My favorite fighter of all time, you can't even understand what the man is saying. James Toney is my favorite fighter. You can't understand a word coming out of James Toney's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had numerous neurological issues, pituitary gland, and all that shit is shot.
Right.
Listen to young James Toney speak and listen to him speak now.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, the last years of his life.
Right.
With Parkinson's, and he's shaking and all this stuff. So now when you look at the guys that followed after them, Bernard Hopkins, who was a proponent of discipline and discipline, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, when these guys talk about, by the time I retire, I still want to be able to play with my kids and my grandkids and have all of my faculties intact.
Right.
So all that, like you said, that guts and glory shit, it sound cool, but then look at a guy like Pritchard Colon, who was a young man when that shit happened to him, and he'll never be able to have children.
Right.
Or Patrick Day or Maxim Dedishev.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I get it, bro, but it's about longevity and not taking punishment. Ain't nothing cool about getting beat upside your head because you can't defend yourself in there. So I'm gonna always appreciate the guy that, you know, want to go out on your shield and go out there and put it all on the line. And it's cool, but I think it's different ways to do it. You know what I mean? I don't think you got to subject yourself to high level of punishment each and every time you get in the ring. It's already, you know what I mean, take damage as it is, right? But I think, you know, limiting it is a smart thing. It's an intelligent way to approach fights, man. You want to last. Like, you ain't trying to, you know what I mean, do this for the short time. You know what I mean? This is a marathon, not a sprint. And the only way you can last and hang within that is, you know, being able to handle yourself in there and not finding yourself in fights and situations where you just end up getting your ass whooped. Like, ain't nothing cool about it. It's cool to talk about the wars and stuff, but you know, you don't need to be in one every fight. You get what I'm saying? That spells a short career. Like, we've seen it in the past. Ruslan providing a call, like how dangerous he was offensively, but look how defensively liable he was in there. Like, his defense was a liability for him, literally, and he couldn't get out of the way of anything. And although he is able to go in there and damage you and beat you up, he took a ton of punishment in his own right, man. A ton of it.
Big facts. You see these guys, man, that fight like that where they get worn down after a certain amount of time.
Right.
Like, even like Terry Norris, man. Like, it almost feels like, I don't know if it's just if it's a psychological thing or if it's a physical thing or maybe a combination of the two. But it seems like once the sail on that chin is broken, it's over after that.
Right.
Like, you see a guy go from never getting knocked out to now he can hardly finish a fight on his feet.
Man, talk about it, bro. Talk about it. I mean, that shit is real. Skywalker, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up as always. So yeah, man, that shit is, man. I ain't with it, man. I ain't trying to get killed in there for the entertainment. I'm trying to last. I'm trying to actually be able to enjoy the bag. You know what I'm saying? Life at the boxing. Teacher was good with it. I mean, he say speaking facts. I don't know. I look at it as more of a perspective, right? I don't think cause again, I'll put it back up. You know what I'm saying? He fought a perfect fight against Cool Boy. That's a fact. That was a perfect fight. I don't think he could have fought a better fight. So you could easily see what he was thinking. I can't argue there. He got the job done very early. I don't know if it's because he's American, but he doesn't like getting punched in the face. I don't think nobody really do. I mean, maybe he's the exception to that, but I doubt it. But, you know what I mean? Maybe. But their boxing styles is different from Japanese fighters. That's true. That's a fact, though. They fight with a different style, so I guess so. Yeah, I don't think nothing. It's not a bad thing. And again, for me, it's always a discussion. Like, you notice it didn't go left. It wasn't like, he's taking shots at this. But you know, he said what he said. You know what I mean? But he put it a certain way. But I think that's just his interpretation of it, because he come from somewhere where he used to their style of fighting. So. But he's an anomaly, you know what I'm saying? And I think you got far more, I don't know. I mean, you have too many guys that had that kind of style that he's alluding to, that he's speaking of, like too many of the American fighters that do, but he just happened to fight one that didn't. But shit, he ain't have no tough time figuring it out. You know what I mean? But I get it. I mean, it's just like when Mexicans, you know, they say they have a certain type of style that they feel like is dominant or superior, right? And I think all these dudes are effective in their own right. But to be fair, Inoue is a damn anomaly. He ain't the only guy that's good over there in Japan, but sheesh, he the exception though, because he is the bar over that side of things. He a beast. There are many boxers in America who wants to hit and not get hit, because I think it's an intelligent approach, T. So you're right. I do agree with that. And I think it's about longevity and being smart too. You know what I'm saying? Dudes ain't just trying to go in there and just go balls to the wall. You know what I mean? Even anyway, he fights a certain way, right? He don't fight stupid. He can actually box with his powers. It makes him very dangerous. He actually has an IQ in there in the actual bag. So he don't fight silly, you know what I'm saying? But I think you can fight with a lot more confidence when you got that type of firepower. You get what I'm saying? It's obvious, like when you ain't the biggest puncher and you in there fighting a guy that's sleeping everybody, you get what I'm saying? You're going to approach it a certain way. So I think that's one thing he might not be considering. You get what I'm saying? Because Cool Boy ain't nothing soft about Cool Boy, you know. He just was in there with a monster, a real monster. Japanese and Mexican fighters are one and the same. I get it with that come forward style, being willing to go in there, stand in the fire, and duke it out, so to speak. Next Gen was good with it. He talking about a specific few. He ain't talking about boxer punches. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why. But the thing saying that you don't know if it's because they're American, that kind of throws a different. I mean, I guess it's a different way you could have phrased it, but I don't think he was really trying to go crazy. You know what I mean? Like left with it. I mean, he just gave his opinion, which I could respect it. I get him. You know what I mean? Anyway, as a dog, I could see if he wasn't a beast, I'd be like, the hell with what he's saying. But he a dog in his own right. Zenith, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, bro? Big Dog Willie in the super chat. He says, salute to Diabolical, Infamous, Notorious, Haney Colt. Man, they've been quiet today for them, man. They've been quiet. Salute to the Haney Colt.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my guy, Big Dog, man. Anyway, don't respect your power. It'll take one consistently. Absolutely. And it's so real. Next Gen, his defense actually good enough where he don't necessarily got to take one in return. He really can box in there. You know what I mean? Pretty responsible in the ring, but I've seen him get touched up. But he's been very sharp in his last few fights, man. Ain't calling nah. So I'll take this as him calling anyone pussy. Nah, for sure not. Nah, I don't think so. Try to hit, not get hit. For sure, you had to know that because he's a boxer. You know what I mean? You fighting a guy punching like that, that better be your game plan. Defense is literally scoring criteria, so it should surprise fighters are going to try to not get hit. For sure, you got to. You know what I mean? That's the other side of it, making guys miss and making them pay as you make them miss. Boxing is the art of hitting without getting hit. Not rocking sock. I'm robots. You know it. Boxers should be able to run through a hurricane without getting wet. Right. Talk to him, man. I just think general combat sports like boxing and UFC, it's hard to have a productive life after the sport with that amount of punishment you take to the head. Yeah, that's why you got to be smart. And I respect both approaches. I respect those all guts and glory guy. You know what I'm saying? Inoue is not necessarily a rock'em sock'em robot type of dude, right? But he can get in there and mix it up like that, right? Because he got the firepower and he got hell of a chin for one of the smaller weight guys too. So, but I don't think he ever, Donaire, I think obviously is the hardest puncher he's been in there with. Donaire broke that damn orbital bone up. So he took his fair share. He just, I don't know. The dude is an anomaly. That's all I can say, man. He's a hell of a fighter, but he's an anomaly over there. You don't have a bunch of Inoues running around. I mean,
I'm gonna say this too though, because I agree with the hit and not get hit thing, right? But there was a conversation that was taking place the other day, and Rachel Donaire was talking about ring generalship, and I agree with this part of it. Part of the ring generalship is, you make the guy miss, but also being in range to throw something back. And then you all too often you see guys who just think that defense is just getting all the way out of range. But that's not it. That's not it. So I think to some degree you don't necessarily have to like to get hit, but you have to be comfortable enough when shots are coming back at you.
100%.
Like when you see a guy like Shakur, that's what makes Shakur's defense so damn good. Mm-hmm. It's not just the fact that he's making guys miss, it's that he can make somebody miss by the slightest margin.
Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, it's only faced one puncher, and when he did, he got his eye cracked for sure. And then I always wonder how immediate rematch would have looked, Zenith, with them, rather than that space and that gap between allowing Donaire to hit 40. And we see how that played out. But that first fight was a hell of a scrap, man. And for him to break his orbital bone up, man, that shows you something about Donaire, man. That dude really could crack. Salute to the champ. He always going to be a champ in my eyes. I rock with Donaire heavy, man. Got a chin because that big-ass head so he would take it. They got them pit bull heads. You know what I mean? You got the pit bull heads. Shakur don't want to get hit at all that shit. I mean, yeah, man, look, I can't change it. I feel you. But I think, any guy that's in the ring with a heavyweight, and I get his headgear, asking to be hit, is not a guy that's scared to be hit, right? I mean, he just don't want to get hit. For sure, he don't.
Exactly.
That's why he approached it.
And then also, not only that, but here's the other thing too: understanding how the sport of boxing works, which is if the other guy hits you, that's a point for him.
Right.
But when you watch the way he fights, you take that De Los Santos fight out of it and watch his last 4 or 5 fights. This guy is literally in the pocket, pivoting. He's in close proximity, just changing the angle.
Right. I couldn't expect that same approach given being the condition. And it's crazy. I knew it before the fight. It's wild knowing that. So I said it's dope building with people in this space, man, because you get access to certain information that be factual. And we see how solid that was. And I just couldn't expect them to sit in the pocket the same way, being, not having that firepower behind you. You're already in the biggest puncher, but the fact that you somewhat handicapped, just didn't expect you to go all out like that. I just didn't expect it. Like, I expected you to go get an ugly win. Knowing what you was dealing with, that win was going to be nothing short of ugly. Salute to my bro, Big Dog Willie, man. Putting that color in the chest. Salute to you. Always supporting the grind. He says, special salute to Bill, Captain, America, Haney, and Devin, the shoeless Dream Haney. Also, salute to Bill Haney, most capping content creators, #bribe.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I think the idea of Shakur not wanting to get hit is overstated. I think so too, Zenith. I just think nobody wants to get hit. I don't think it's a matter of being scared. I think it's a matter of being careful. And that's just what he is, a defensive first guy. That's just who he is. All fights ain't going to look the same. Like I said, if you really, truly look at the full body of work, you have so many more fights where he was right there in the pocket as opposed to utilizing the whole ring. But people are just, they don't look at the full body of work. They look at just isolate the fights one by one. It's like, oh, well, you didn't do it in this fight, so you don't never do this. It's like, that's not the reality. Like, that's why I say with me, I do math and I look at the full body of work and I see what you typically do in fights as opposed to a couple of maybe one-offs, if that, you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You just get better the next time. Like he said, man, all the people saying you need to go do it again, he don't need to do shit again. No, he don't. You just need to get back in there and make sure he don't look like that again. You get what I'm saying? Against nobody. Just move forward. That fight present itself down the line, then you take it. But it would serve him no purpose right now to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Other than to prove to some people that you can be a better fighter than that. And I think that's silly. Like, this business you talking about, you ain't wasting your time with that. Especially with the first fight playing out like that. Let's see, Anyway versus Brandon Figg. Ooh, it's interesting, man. Figg interesting, man. He getting there and mix it up. When their power was effect at 126.
A little bit too much for my liking. I can see him getting his ass slept within 4 or 5 rounds, man. He mixed it up a little bit too. Both are Figueroas, man. They mix it up way too much, bro.
For sure. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all punch
second
like,
hand.
bro. We gonna keep rolling. We gonna keep the rolling, but that'd be an interesting fight. He definitely a pressure anyway, because he only fight one way. Doghouse back in the building was good. 313 in the building. Figueroa definitely food for anywhere. The chin be on the silver platter. Yeah, he do give you a lot of opportunities, but it would be interesting to see how he did. We got a pretty good chin too, though. Brandon Figueroa got a pretty solid beard. Truth wrong where I meant to say he doesn't want to get hit. He said himself, yeah, why would he want to get hit to prove I got a chance? For sure. It's like when they asked, I think it was Earl Spence. Did they ask him, like, do you want to, like, get dropped or something like that to find out? He was like, hell no. Like, no. Like, if you're going to get that, you got to work for it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not about to give it to you just to prove nothing. Like, we going to cross that bridge when you get there. But like I said, you got a young
chin is the last resort, bro. Last resort.
You got a young competitive ass kid that's in the ring with a heavyweight that they clearly want him to go light on you, and you in there asking to be hit. And then the shit gets so competitive that for them to get y'all out the ring, they be having to just turn the clock off. I just like the shit that I know is just, it give you a different respect for, I'm telling you. And he's not the only guy. It's fighters that get slept on, like the Marquise Taylors of the world, man. That dude be bringing smoke, and people don't be wanting no parts of him. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that ain't propped up on the pedestal that, you know, if they given an opportunity, I think they're gonna do some great things, man. He one of them. They got hell of a chin. Right. Neri was low-key winning against Figueroa, but he couldn't get him up off him, yeah, for sure. Neri can scrap. I think he food for the monster, but he can scrap. But it should be entertaining as long as it lasts. But I see him getting hurt. And he brave too. That's why boxing fans, generalized fighters in the weight class be 110, 118 is rock 'em, sock 'em. Nah, I don't think they generalize the smaller guys as just rock 'em, sock 'em. I think it's depending on who we actually talking about, right? I don't think all of the smaller weights. I don't think Inoue is a rock 'em, sock 'em guy. I think he's very strategic. He got a very cerebral approach to a boxing match. Like he got a bag. You know what I'm saying? He got layers to him. He ain't just a come forward strong guy. That dude really could fight. And he tough as hell. And I just don't think, at that smaller weight classes, nobody could match him in terms of his power. You know what I mean? And like I said, the closest he got was Donaire. You know what I mean? That was Donaire. But yeah, man, the smaller guys, they, being smaller and typically packing less punching power, they have a tendency to go at it a lot more. And it's not always rock 'em, sock 'em. It be high level work in there. I think at any weight class, you got guys that's willing to go in there and just, mix it up. Hell no. Bam Rodriguez ain't no rock 'em, sock 'em. Hell no. That boy is strategic. He's smart as hell. That's why he's as good as what he is. If Bam Rodriguez is a rock 'em, sock 'em, we wouldn't look at him the way we do. Hell no. That dude's a real fighter. He's a real boxer. He's smart in there.
All of us gonna be taken.
Very talented.
Shit, I think from like Superfly and up, that's where you stop getting the rock 'em, sock 'em around like Superfly. Because even if you look at guys like Chocolatito, Quadras, and all them dudes, like them dudes could really fight. Now below that, them straw weight motherfuckers that weigh like 100 pounds and just throw crazy punches. Them dudes is rock 'em, sock 'em, robot.
Yeah. Teach said B-Fig was smothered anyway and eventually weaken his punches. Doesn't anyway power come at the end of his punches. Head and body shots. That's a good point, Teach. It's a risky strategy though, because him being a much bigger guy. Anyway, probably still being to find a way to work. That's interesting, Teach. I ain't gonna lie, man. You got me kind of wanting to see how it'll play out. You know what I mean? If B-Fig ain't immediately affected by the punching power and he's able to do what he typically does to people, pressure him and be in his chest, yeah, that fight gets very entertaining. But my only concern is how many opportunities will you give him if you choose to fight that way? With that guy is going to be dangerous. Kyle Sports in the building, JBT was good.
Especially on the what's name, on the entry. That's going to be the difficult part, is the entry.
Right.
With Inoue being the faster guy and then also having pretty damn good timing himself. Timing this dude on the entry.
Right. I'm telling you, that is just a risky approach. It can be done. I mean, you see it, but you just dealing with a guy that's really like I wonder how would the power transition up, because he obviously had to move up. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be interesting. He seemed like a guy that power is gonna travel with him. You know what I mean? At least especially to the next division, because he just really punching. So I don't see, from 22 to 26, that's 4 pounds. I don't see that stopping him from punching. You know what I mean? Now, maybe the way people deal with the punching power at that weight class might be a little bit different. So, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about for Inoue. Like, that's what kind of fight I want to see him in, because how strong he tips the scale so much in his favor, and he can box with it, that he usually tames his guy pretty early and get to going through the gears, and he just piece you up, get you up out of there. So I want to see somebody that can actually match him, and be able to deal with his power. You know what I mean? Got the right kind of defense, and, I want to see it, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to be a rounded fighter, I think, to deal with that dude. But just an all-out brute, a monster. So, I mean, another rivalry between, like, like El Gallo and Chocolatito. I mean, yeah, rivalries are always gonna be there, man. It's gonna be somebody else that come along. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be right away, but somebody else gonna come along. You're gonna get some more rivalries. That's just what boxing is.
Yep. I agree about Inoue's power too, because when you look at his power is kind of like Bud's power, where it's not just predicated on brute strength. It's the precision, the accuracy, the timing, and the placement, and all that shit. And I don't see that changing, like you said, with 4 pounds. That delivery system is impeccable, man. He's one of them guys where you got to really look at Inoue, because a lot of stuff he does look basic as hell on the surface. But then when you go look at it under further inspection, you see like, yo, he do that shit at a high level, man.
Right. I'm with you. For sure. Monson was at 126. Guy like Bronco's gonna still be there. I don't know. Bronco could possibly still be there, but I don't think he don't got enough versatility to me for a guy like Inoue. I think Inoue, like I said, as long as his power traveling with him, and that's not an issue. I think skillfully a guy like Bronco, I think he'd mess around and stop that dude, man. Like I said, as long as his power still do what it do, that dude get hit.
Question that we would have to I guess we'll find out sooner or later, just is how much is he moving up and how much is he cutting, if you know what I mean. Because like, what is he coming down from? If he's a guy that walks around at 135 and he's cutting down 130 pounds and he's cutting down to 122, 126 or something like that, that could also he could mess around and feel strong at 126. We don't know yet.
100%. I'm with you. And the crazy thing is he's so damn tiny, man. I just don't feel like he get that big. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the only thing left for him is up, especially after he dust off this next guy. Like, I don't know how long you stick around. Maybe you see a couple more guys you want to polish up, you know what I mean, dust off down there at 22, but shit, man, he looking like the only way he getting challenged if he go up a weight class. It's just I don't see who's gonna really push him to the brink. I feel like Nonito is gonna be the last guy to do that, you know what I mean, in them lighter weights. I just don't feel like there's really nobody else that fit that build. I got the combination of defense, skills, power, IQ, and to handle this dude, chin and all that. Like he a lot to deal with, man. That man is a handful. Prayers to the family of the victims for the shooting during the Kansas City Chiefs victory parade. And it's always good, man. Yeah, it's definitely prayers to them for sure. I said that earlier too, man. Hopefully everybody made it up out of there safely. That's just ridiculous that something like that happen at this point. People be just no respect, no class, man. Yeah, that's wild, Superman. It is, man. It's the way the monster generates his power. Yeah, man, he's a strong guy. Strong, short. He don't got to load up. He can box with it, mix it up. Good shot selection. He can split the guard, go around the guard. He working with a nice bag, man. How about Bam Rodriguez? Bam Rodriguez, like I think in his last fight he showed you something, like the way he did Sonny Edwards. You know, he ain't no big puncher by any stretch, right? But I think, you know, the combination of punch placement, like timing, you know what I mean, knowing what punches to throw and really knowing how to put them together. You know, he's somebody that you got to really prepare for. Bam Rodriguez give you a lot to deal with too. That's a full plate dealing with that kid, man. And he got it. He really got it. And seeing the way he was able to deal with Sonny, like, man, the dude just getting better to me. And he's a smart kid, and I think he gonna make some great fights moving forward. He's so young, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, Bam Rodriguez is the goods, man. He got that combination of skills, and again, he's not a big power guy, but he can use, as you've seen in his last fight, he can hurt you and get his man up out of there. Thrill said it's Canelo versus Maul pay-per-view sale. I mean, they gonna. I would suppose they're gonna put it on pay-per-view. But I wonder who is it that he's actually fighting. I mean, he said American. It's just frustrating, man, with Canelo, how Canelo moves. Like, I just don't. I get it, but I don't get it. I get it, but I don't like it. Look at both Nonito and Monster. You guys feel generate the most power in the short area. That's a good question, man. Nonito is very strong. And I think he's just naturally just a puncher. About as natural as they come in terms of being a puncher. He ain't no big guy at all. Neither one of those dudes. I don't know. That's a good question, man. Nonito got a lot of knockouts. Got a lot of knockouts.
They don't call that man the Flash for no reason.
Filipino Flash. You see how even though he lost to Rigondeaux, he put his ass down. Caught his ass. Caught Rigo ass. Caught him slipping out. Bang. I was like, oh. Uh-oh. Green Purse Promotions in the building. What's good, family? Good day to you as well. Appreciate you stopping through. It's a good question, but anyways, very strong, man. Very strong. I just didn't like that story that came out about the testing situation where they said they went to, I don't know if you had caught wind of that. They said they went to test this kid and he flipped out on him. Like, caught an attitude and didn't do it. Like on some, I was like, man, that's red flaggish right there. I don't like stuff like that. Like you can't feel so, entitled that you're not bigger than the system. Like I don't care how good you is. I don't care how many people you knock out. I don't care how many people cheer for you where you from. Protocol is protocol. I just didn't like that. Even hearing that, I was like, wow, that's a bit crazy. That's something I ain't never heard nobody deal with it like that. So I was like, to hear it come out and then from a credible platform, and it wasn't like they was slandering. It just was like reporting on what happened. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I saw Sean Vitale talking about that.
Say that again.
I said I saw Sean Vitale talking about that on Twitter because Sean Vitale's over there at Fight Hype.
Mr. Gary Russell versus Monster would go. Man, the thing is, man, like just if Gary was more active, man, you get what I'm saying? It'd be very entertaining and interesting to see how he deal with it. But the problem everybody I think runs into with that guy is that punching power, bro. And it'd be interesting because you would assume it'd take place at let's say 26 or whatever the case. Gary Russell, to me, he ain't the biggest of punchers, obviously either, but in his prime, on top of his game, he can fight, man. Got an IQ, he's smart. He's a smart fighter, and that hand speed is blazing. It would be entertaining to see how he deal with it. But at this stage, I think the fight would be very tough for him. But he's still a vet. He's a smaller guy. He ain't took a ton of punishment in his career. I mean, I ain't saying he gets stepped on easy, but anyway, it's just a tough guy to deal with.
I agree because Inoue ain't one of them guys like Navarrete where he just coming forward at you like that motherfucker can box too. He ain't just a big puncher, man. Like I remember before leading up to the Cool Boy fight, I saw so many people on Twitter just thinking it was gonna go a certain way because they were like completely in the dark about his boxing skills, just thinking that Cool Boy was gonna just be able to just outbox him, and then. I think that was the thing that was most telling for most people, not the fact that he stopped him. Right. Everybody kept hearing about the power, monster, but then you see like, yo, this dude got skills with that power too.
Got real skill. That's why I say he's gonna be tough to deal with. You know what I mean? He ain't just a guy that's punching your lights out. He's a guy that can box your head off too if you ain't prepared. Yep. He can box your ass because. I've seen him. Oh, yeah, damn. He said Canelo fighting Jamal Charlo May 4th. Well, he posted this. It looked like he just like reposted with Overtime Boxing saying so. It's like I guess that's his version of confirming that he's actually fighting fighting him, but I still kind of I wonder like how for sure that is.
Ring Magazine announced it as well.
And you on vacation, dude? Were you on vacation or what? What's that? Oh man, I don't know, man. I guess you know what I mean. Like I've been hearing that it was pointing towards him anyway. So, but man, appreciate you, Thrill. I see it though. I definitely see him. Posted it in his story. See Canelo, let me find out now. You delete everything, right? So he ain't gonna say nothing though. I want to see Canelo posted though.
Canelo trying to bring pain to the Charlo family. Goddamn.
And he gonna hit us with this. See, I was never dunking him. I fought him, but the circumstances in which you did it couldn't have been worse, bro. Like it's very frustrating to see this. It's gonna be tough.
It is.
There's no way I can be excited if he's fighting Charlo next. It's hard.
It is disappointing, just. But here's my thing, though, and this is what I had to come to realize, man. That ain't nobody's fault but theirs.
Facts, Zena.
You got to make sure you stay on top of your shit. It ain't your opponent's responsibility to make sure that you're in peak condition.
All true. 100% true. But I guess for me, it's like, in a perfect world, like those dudes was all at the same weight class at 54. I would have loved to see you fight either of the two there. Preferably maybe the guy that obviously stayed at 54 longer. And you had an opportunity at 60 where you could have fought Jamal Charlo there, top of his game, hungry, you know what I mean, before the layoffs. It just would have made so much sense. Could have got it out the way, man. But again, you do have to stay on top of your game because you just never know when the opportunity to come calling. And, Canelo seems to like to fight guys that's just not at their best. He likes to have these advantages, man. I think that's what boxing is, a game of a sport of inches anyway. So maybe he waited it out. Maybe he see slippage now. So he like, yeah, I'm going to fight him. So that I think that got to be the thinking. There's no way you fighting him now. Like, well, I'm finally fighting the guy that I said I wouldn't fight because I'm over here now. It's like, nah, you fighting him because you might not be looking like the dangerous guy that you're seeing at 54 and 60. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. Boxing is getting better.
I agree with that 1,000%. But here's the thing: when it comes to Canelo fans,
I was good with it, fam.
Boxing fans in general, when you go and you look back on this, there's no asterisk next to it on the box rec that says these were the circumstance and the fights that took place at this point in time. You just look at the name on the resume and that's it. The guy was a former champion and yada yada yada.
Right.
And context is completely removed. So I think Canelo understands that.
Yeah, right. And Canelo, man, he's a smart guy, man. He's smart. He's smart. He's smart at the end of the day. He's a good businessman. I gotta give him that. I ain't gotta like it, but I respect it for what it's worth. He's sly, sneaky dog. You know what I mean? And he caught the Charlo slip. Imagine he fight another next Charlo and then try to actually fight Bud too. Man, that'd be crazy. I just wanted to see him get that young, hungry lion an opportunity, but I know that's at this stage is just too much to ask for, and that's crazy that's where we at in boxing, where it's too much to ask him to fight David Benavidez. It's crazy. No way that kid gets in that fight and lays down. Win, lose, or draw. There's just no way he gets in there and just lay down like that. That's what I'm saying. He gonna go in there and give it a go. He gonna get it a go.
I don't know. At this point, I think I'm a little bit more intrigued by David Morrell and David Benavidez. That's the fight that I want to see. I want to see them fight more than I want to see Canelo fight.
Oh, that's my runner-up, though, for Benavidez. I try to acknowledge that because I want people to understand, like, I recognize that he's in position and he deserves that shot against, Canelo. I'm going to always acknowledge that, but I also want to just point out the fact that if he don't get that, and it seems like he won't next, who do he fight? Or do he sit around? Because remember, he said he's not waiting around, so who would he more than likely pursue? I would love to see that David and David battle. I've been wanting to see that since it was a thing, since I first heard them call him out. like that. I was like, oh, okay. And I get it. Initially, when they tried to fight, it was when he first got with Ronnie Shields. So Ronnie Shields was like, no, obviously I need more time with him. But you know what I mean, 2-3 fights later, that changed, and they was more than willing. And you know, you got him on the other end. He just wasn't, you know what I mean? He wasn't willing. That would have seemed like. And just how different do you think Canelo's career would have been instead of going to Reynoso? On the sugar, Ronnie Shields. Listen, Ronnie Shields, I think, is a great trainer, bro. But I do think him and Reynoso seem like they a pretty good match, not for nothing. You get what I'm saying? He seems they seem to, you know, what they do over there is working. So I don't know. Maybe it suited him, you know what I mean, style wise, you know what I mean, the way Reynoso teach. So I could never really picture him with nobody else. I think that's one dude that is going to be with the same team he got in there with in terms of that Reynoso guy ain't going nowhere. Behind the Hands TV, my God, what's good with it, bro? Been screaming David versus David for a minute, absolutely. And you know full well that man, you know what I mean, you know better than I do, kind of dog David is and kind of work he be putting in. Benavidez can make that happen. But, yeah, man. You know, I feel like Papa Videz be double dutching when it come to Morrell. David, pretty sure if I was to have him on here and ask him would he fight that man, he gonna say yeah. I mean, I know he's supposed to, but I believe he would. I just think, you know, the decision ain't solely up to him. You know what I'm saying? And I do think guys move accordingly with their team. So I did hear Benavidez Sr. speak about Christian and Billy. You know what I mean? He spoke about Christian and Billy, and you know, he spoke about Christian and Billy fighting him and how good he looked in his last fight. So that's something that he, you know, that he expressed interest in. At least his pops did. Salute to my bro Vic, man, in that Cash App, man. Much love and much appreciation supporting this grind, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my God, Vic. Appreciate you, fam, huh? Much love, bro. Yeah, man, but the Battle of the Davids would be a fight to watch, man. It would be something to see. It's something that I hope we get sooner than later, too, man, because it's just one of those fights that need to happen. I see too many people make the excuse that he ain't got enough fights, and you know what I mean, Benavidez. But I ask people, who should Benavidez fight if not Canelo, right? Is there a better matchup? Is there a better opponent out there for him? Is there a guy that's more willing, that's been more adamant about fighting him than Morrell? I don't think it is. Just as adamant as Benavidez has been about fighting Canelo, Morrell has been that same way with him, and he's almost given Morrell the cold shoulder. Our team Benavidez seems to give Morrell the cold shoulder the same way Canelo was doing with team Benavidez. So it's weird. RB, what's good with it, famo? What's good, bro? He said Benavidez Sr. will always have my respect. He came from the bottom and started stable from now. Yeah, listen. He's a hell of a trainer, good father. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing bad to say, but it seems like he double dutches simply when it comes to Morrell. Like, I've seen a real call out. I seen him call him out in Spanish. You know what I mean? They tagged him in it and all that type of stuff. And then I also heard him jump back and say, well, his name ain't big enough. You need to grow his name. And it's just, the energy be a little inconsistent. You know what I mean? But the fighter, I think he'll fight anybody. I do. Yeah, it's the question I never got. You got to ask again, Tony. I don't even remember. I try to get Eric as many questions as I could. So if I ain't get it, I must didn't see it, bro. But we better not fight a dude named Billy. He got to go get that Morrell work now. Right. Go and get that next. Go and get that Cuban star. You know what I mean? The making a shot, man. I mean, go get the people what they want. Battle of the Davids, as Cuz will always say, man. David versus David. I just don't think it's a more entertaining fight for him outside of the Canelo one for him. And when I look at his resume, you know what I mean? You just go up and down it like I don't see those guys beating a David David Morrell. So I don't, you get what I'm saying? No run of the mill guys is gonna get that dude no real work. He need to be challenged, right? You know what I'm saying? I need to see him challenged, yo, and I think that's the perfect matchup for both of them. I mean, I think Morrell got all the tools, and all the ingredients to make that a very tough fight for Benavidez. We obviously know what Benavidez brings to the table. We got a gas tank and a half, you know what I'm saying? Reserve on full and all that, you get what I'm saying? So he bring it, a lot of punches, high volume, pretty tough come forward guy. You get what I'm saying? It'll be a good fight, man. It'll be a good fight. We better not say we can't get David versus Canelo soon. No reason to not get the battle to Davis. That's my thoughts exactly. I can't find one single reason why it shouldn't happen. You get what I'm saying? I don't see no reason why. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Tony, we missed it, bro. Just shoot. You can throw it back in there again, man. I'll answer the question, but I missed it. We'll see. We will see. You know what I mean? I just hope that again, Canelo gonna do what Canelo been doing, man. I guess you can't expect no different from him, but at least these younger guys can continue to build. And like, I like when Andre and Benavidez was pushing that the hell with Canelo type energy. Like, we don't need to wait on him. We can, you know what I'm saying? We can go fight somebody else. We can fight other people, and I think that's what they should do. You know what I mean? GM in the building. Salute to you, bro. How you feeling, man? Salute to everybody pulling up for this overtime that we putting in today, man. Putting in a little overtime. Hit the lead button. My accent throwing the Alpan. I got you. I'll drop it back up there, big. If you want to come back good. Yeah, don't wait on Canelo, bro. Keep that same energy. I like that energy. Like, the hell with it. Like, if I can't get the fight, I want that fight. And we know you want it, but if you can't get it, just the next thing up. Just keep proving yourself. And I think he's been doing a hell of a job doing that. His last two fights to me were impressive opponent selections, and I can't argue with neither one of them. I mean, I ain't mad at neither one. I mean, you went there, you fought Caleb Plant. People made it seem like you was scared to fight him. You went there and fought him. You ain't stopping. It was a damn good fight, man. That first half of the fight was crazy for Caleb Plant. He was boxing beautifully until he slowed down, and then we all know the story. Benavidez came on very strong, started to really put some pressure and put that pain on Caleb, but he stayed tough. He stayed upright, and he fought to the final bell. And he earned, most importantly, he earned the respect of David. He earned David respect that night. That's why I told people, like, that energy, all that animosity that they seemed like they had with each other. I said the only way they get rid of that is if a fight gonna put all that to bed. They're gonna mutually have respect for each other, because Benavidez is gonna see that. Yeah, Caleb Plant might not be a big puncher or no heavy hitter, but that man can flat out fight and box, and he pushed. I think still to this day he gave David Benavidez his toughest fight. Hands down, he gave Benavidez his toughest fight. Benavidez is toughest joint, man. So, again, I think, the smart thing for him is to continue to build. You know what I mean? Continue to build, continue fighting those names, continue to challenge yourself and show that you ain't waiting on Canelo. And in the meantime, be willing to fight any and everybody, because I ain't going to lie. If Canelo don't fight him this year, if you don't end up fighting him at a point in September like I was hearing, I just got a reason to believe that it might not never happen. And you might see what might end up happening is you might see Benavidez out of the weight class before that fight can even materialize. And I think that's got a good chance of happening. You know what I'm saying? He did say he had like 3 fights left at this weight class. And I believe, Andre was one of the 3. So I believe to his count, he probably got a good 2 more, maybe. And he was talking about going up. So I can see Canelo just avoid fighting him until he move on up. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Just you think Buatsi should get the winner of Beevil and Better Beef? Buatsi? I mean, I can't say that I'd really be against it. Buatsi is constantly winning and putting the wins together, right? He just had an impressive win recently, not too long ago, too. And I heard him mention something about fighting Anthony Yard. I say if he actually fights Anthony Yard and beats him, I don't see why he shouldn't be in line or get a shot at one of them. Why not? I wouldn't be mad at it because I would have to look at the pecking order of things just off the top of my head. But he definitely surging and winning, so he right there. I mean, he ain't too far from probably competing for the title. And the thing is, if they all tied up with one guy, then that's a great opportunity for whoever get that shot. But I'm not against it. Well, I'll take a fight. Tough, you know what I mean? But better be just something different. Beevil, that experience is something different. So he'll have to show me he can beat those guys, though.
And Buatsi, he pulled up at Yard's last fight, too. And he expressed interest there. They met face-to-face after Anthony Yard's last fight. When was this? Saturday that just passed. So it's looking like we'll probably be getting that next.
Right. Right. And I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's get it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep putting out these good cards and these good fights, man. That's why I say, man, people paying attention, like, boxing is never going to be perfect. I think it's the most imperfect sport that we got, man. It's the most flawed sport we got, but we love this shit, right? So with that being said, if you just acknowledge what they have been giving us, they've been putting out some damn good fights, bro. And it's been a lot of undisputed action. You know what I'm saying? We about to get another undisputed with, Beevil, Better Beef, and you going to get Tyson Fury and Usyk. Come on, man. I don't know. I don't think boxing doing that bad. They can always do better, but I think we just looking at the glass. It depends on if you looking at the glass half empty or half full, man. I see it half full. You know what I'm saying? I think we getting some good action. We just gotta, I guess keep pushing for the right fights and, just hopefully they give us what we supposed to get. The dude in Saudi is paying for Beevil, Better Be, winner fights Jail Batai. Wonder if they really gonna do that too, man. I wonder if they really gonna throw a Batai in there. Ain't Opatai a cruiser? Or am I tripping? Thought he was. I could be tripping though.
Yeah, he is a cruiser, but I also heard Petervia talk about potentially even competing at heavyweight if Usyk were to beat Tyson Fury, if I'm not mistaken. So if he could do that, I wouldn't be surprised if he could go up to cruiser.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm not against no good fights, bro. Opatai look like he the goods. I mean, he out there getting viral knockouts. His knockout, the last knockout he had where dude head was on the ropes, man. I made it sure, the dude's wife was screaming in the back. You could hear his wife scream when he hit the deck. I was like, man, way to make a statement, bro. That's just about as viral as it come. When it goes to cruiserweight for sure. Man, I ain't mad at it. Ain't Better Be 39, 40. Yeah, he touching about 40. What is he, 38, 39? Better Be up there. But he just it's not a ton of slippage there. I wouldn't say there's none. I've seen vulnerability in fights, and I think to his credit on his entire resume, I think it was one guy that made it to the 12th round, but he still stopped him, if I'm not mistaken. Thought he was rematching Breedis. Who that? I did hear that. I did hear he was rematching Breedis. I did hear that. I definitely did hear that. Said he won his damn belt back. You know what I'm saying? But he said he won his back. Said he won his dang belt back and he gonna get it. It Better Be is 39, man. 20-0, 20 KOs, 100% KO ratio, man. He really be doing the damn thing. Couple guys made it 10 rounds. This dude, Enrico Coelin, was 23-1 when he fought him, made it to the 12th, but he stopped him. And that was back in 2017.
Man, he a sneaky good boxer too, man.
Second round knockout, third round, first round, fourth round, first round, second, fourth, seventh, fourth, first, That one was the 12, 4, 5, 10, 10, 9. And Marcus Brown took him a little deep. He almost made it to the championship rounds. Joe Smith, 2 rounds. Anthony Yarde went 8. He pushed him. Callum Smith got obliterated for 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? It's smashed out. So he dangerous as hell. That dude is a dog, man.
Sneaky good.
One guy took him late, and he's been down, I believe, twice in his career. One of them, he legit looked like he was hurt, and one of them, I forget who it was. I have to look back on here, but he got knocked down in one of them. A couple fights, should I say?
Had that nasty ass gas too from that clash of heads and that Marcus Brown.
Yeah, with Marcus Brown, right? Man, that was ugly.
It was nasty. He turned it up after that though. He looked like he understood.
He did, bro. That shit just made it worse.
I ain't gonna let them stop this. This ain't about to go to the car. This ain't about to be no contest. Like, let me turn it up.
Man. Yeah, man. He beat up some tricky people. I ain't gonna lie. He beat up some people that know how to take other guys the distance, that's known to going the distance and giving people good fights, and he just be stopping dudes, bro. Sheesh, man. They usually have it up here, but they don't have it. But he's been down. He's definitely been down.
No, he has. He has.
Yeah, I believe it was twice. But you know, we gonna see a good one out of him and Beaver. Beaver gonna have a tough fight on his hands.
Some of what looks like defensive lapses from him. Some of what looks like defensive lapses from him is actually him, trying to bait the other guy in. Because I had heard him speak about it in an interview where he was saying that, guys, it's like you were saying before about Inoue. When you know that a guy got a certain level of power, naturally that's going to put you in survival mode. You ain't trying to get touched by nothing crazy. So you're going to be all the way on the outside. So he says that sometimes he'll actually allow guys to get their shit off. Just so they'll open up a little bit more. Because he says, like, yo, if he comes out pressing, they're not going to open up.
Right.
And that's when you know you got some serious shit with you. When you're aware of it, like, yo, like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make myself a little bit more vulnerable than I would like to be.
That's crazy.
Otherwise, a guy gonna just play keep away the whole time.
Gotta give him some type of false sense of confidence without giving him too much and getting hit with the wrong kind of shot. It's crazy. Exactly. It's a crazy tactic, but I've even seen Inoue do that with Butler. He was trying everything. He did the Roy Jones, put the hands behind the back. He was like, bro, this dude is not trying to engage. I was like, nope, you're gonna have to go get him.
And that went what, like 11 rounds, that fight with Butler? He was following him. He tried to lure him in, like you said, drop the hands.
He finally got to his ass. I was like, bro, this dude is a handful to deal with, bro. This dude is a handful to deal with. Better be gonna put people to sleep, same way he did do overtime, man. Better be. It's just a bear with gloves. It's almost like kill or be killed with him. Get him or he getting you.
Yep.
Really no middle ground with that. Get him or he's gonna get you. I mean, that's your options, bro.
And he's another guy where it's like if you really watch him, he does a lot of like subtle things, like boxing wise.
Right.
Where you be like, damn, like, yo, I ain't even really peeped that. He got a nice little well-rounded style. In that fight that I saw, that last one, the Callum Smith fight. Yo, he was boxing from range, mid-range, in the pocket. It's like he got a nice. His jab is firm as shit when he uses it. That jab is like a shotgun. He got that ability like Matias, where like they could throw them little short shots where they don't look like there's nothing on them, but them hands so damn heavy.
Right.
They just winging them little arm punches on you. It's
man,
crazy, man. He's a lot to deal with.
Generating that power with them short shots. Matias is a master at it.
Short ass shots. He ain't loading up on them. It's just like
they're dangerous, bro. They're dangerous, man. He said, "Just we never stop. We always getting better. You know it.
He got sneaky good feet too, man. I was looking at the way he was able to manipulate range in that fight against Callum Smith. Because Callum Smith, being a taller guy with a longer reach, he was standing right in the pocket with him, and then he would take one step back to get Smith to reach, and then boom, he was countering him. I was like, damn. I was like, where the hell you get these feet from? Because like I was always under the impression that he's just a dude that's just going to just come forward and just beat you up. I'm like, nah, he got some shit with him.
Exactly, he do.
And that's the thing that concerns me for Bivol. I ain't gonna lie to you, because you see, like with Bivol, one thing that we all know about him is that he got that rhythm. Like he in and out, and he bouncing.
Right.
I remember watching the interview. I think it was with Fight Hype. David Benavidez talked about his sparring with Bivol, and he said that like, yo, once you get his rhythm down, it ain't too difficult to deal with him outside of that. You don't really offer too much outside of that. So what happens if you time him and you in that bounce and you step in to shoot that jab and then he counter over the top of that shit? Better be if I'm saying. What if he counters over the top of that? He got the type of power where it just changes the complexion of the fight. He counter over the top of your jab like that with a little short right hand or something like that, right behind the air, and it's over. And we saw it happen to Bivol before too in that fight with Joe Smith. Now, thankfully for Bivol, that shit happened at the end of a round. So he had a minute and some change to recover. But had that happened a little bit earlier, we could have been talking about a different outcome.
Right. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Cut the ring off. Hell yeah, cut the ring off, man. That's what make them dangerous, man. You know how to corner, shut them exits off, man, and meet you where you going. And you know how to get himself in position and land his shots, and he's not reckless about it at all, man. It's crazy. I think Matisse another one. I think maybe I'm saying it wrong. I want to go watch some more of his stuff and watch his feet. I want to really pay attention to the feet to see exactly how he be closing the gap on guys, because it's been successful, and he's very dangerous in these fights if people paying attention. It's a method to his madness. He'd definitely he'd take a couple to get his, and I'm telling you, man, bro told me that's his method, man. He really tries to gauge what you got in there, and if he see that it ain't what it need to be, it's just like now the time starts. Now you on that timer, bro. I mean, to need to watch some film on it, right? Me too, man. I'm gonna go watch some, bro. It's just always something to get better at, pick up on, like especially when you calling fights. Like I learned that about myself. Me going back watching more fights, there's certain things that I'm picking up on that you see in other fights that you could, call out when you calling these fights live. So I'm always willing to do some homework, as I call it, fun homework though. Some people can take Better B's power, even if that one punch lands, doesn't necessarily mean it affect them, in my opinion. I get you, girls. Look, I feel like Bivol has a real good chance. I think it's a 50-50 fight for real. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't expect this to be easy for Better B. Like, I know everybody feel like he's just going to mow him down. I think Bivol smart enough, disciplined enough, high enough IQ where you can navigate some of these early rounds. I would hope like it ain't just no all out just blitz and batter them down. I would hate to see that for Bivol, but I think it's gonna be tough. But he can make it tough as well, because he a rhythm fighter in my opinion. And once he gets in that rhythm, that bouncing back and forth that he likes to do, he starts to pick his shots very well from the outside. You've seen him do it in a number of different fights. You get what I'm saying? Shit, look at the way he picked off Lyndon Arthur that he just fought. You know what I mean? The only thing is he just ain't no big puncher or nothing like that, but he can get the job done, man. Bivol, Better B, put it this way, Better B definitely more than likely, I think, is going to have to stop him. I feel like if it's a boxing match that goes the distance, I definitely in favor of Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Again, not by much, but I think that's more of his game if it's a chess match. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying Better Be don't know how to play chess, but he coming to get you. His game plan is simple. You know what I mean? It's him or you. I think that's how he approach it, and it ain't gonna be him. So that's his approach to the game. He hurting shit. So I'm with you, Gertz. Like, I ain't gonna just discount him 100%. Say he ain't got a shot. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be tough for both guys, though. I think Bivol had the boxing ability, the IQ, and things like that to make a better beef have to earn it. You know what I'm saying? And we all know what better beef is. I just question how this power gonna affect him because it's been so effective against everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see.
Exactly, and we seen him get sturdy guys the fuck up out of there too, like Joe Smith is a sturdy guy, and the way he dispatched him in 2 rounds. And it's not even just a matter about the power. That's why I said the key here is him figuring out that rhythm. If he can time him, I think that's where it's going to be most dangerous. Not necessarily just hitting Bivol with shots that he sees, but if he's bouncing, he goes and he extends to shoot that jab, that's one of the best punches to counter is the jab.
Right.
And we know with Bivol, his thing is playing the distance game. So what happens if he gets timed on the entry as he's stepping in, shooting the jab, and then boom. I really do think it could change the complexion of the fight. And I didn't say it just ends the fight right there, but it changes the complexion of the fight because now you're fighting a little bit differently. Like, think about Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Remember, Andy Ruiz got dropped in the 3rd round against Joshua.
Right.
And then once Joshua got hit with that one shot right behind that ear, that shot with the equilibrium, the fight was, for all intents and purposes, it was over after that. He didn't get him up out of there with that one shot, but now, the man was on skates for the remainder of the fight. And I can very well see that happening. I could also see Bivol fighting a great fight, too, because he's a tremendous boxer in his own right. So we don't know for certain, but that's my biggest concern for him, is fighting in a particular rhythm. Because the one thing I did notice from Beterbiev is he's a little bit more well-rounded, in my personal opinion.
Right.
Because you can see him fight from mid-range. You can see him fight on the inside. Bivol don't really do too much work on the inside. It's all about range. It's all about rhythm.
True.
So, if he's able to penetrate that barrier, it's like, can he do something with him on the inside? And you got to hope that you got a ref that's not going to allow this man to work on the inside too.
Right.
That he's going to look to break and separate every single time. That's another thing you got to hope happens. Because Bivol's not a physical guy.
Right. Man, it's just his approach. That's why I say, man, he want to essentially swim without getting wet. But I know being the type of destroyer he is, that come forward type of guy, man, it gets spooky. It gets spooky, man. It's like you really got to make this dude respect you and deter him from constantly coming forward and trying to break you, because that's his game plan. And he's very calculated about it. He stays under control, calm, cool, collective, and he got an IQ of his own to deal with, along with that just ferocious punching power that seems to, like, when he hit guys, they be having these looks on their face, bro. Like, you can see it. I've seen some of it with the Marcus Brown fight. I've seen it Joe Smith. Like, Joe Smith ain't even know which way to go when he hit him. Like, it was almost like the rush hour moment. Which one of y'all hit me? Like, he was like, damn it, which one of y'all got me, man? Like, it's like that. So I've seen this dude with people. He wear guys down for real, grind you down and just... Man, he make it very, very tough. Like I said, Callum Smith, he beat down. I seen that look on, I think Anthony Yarde had a little bit of that, little realization, like, damn, this dude hit hard. Like, this is a strong dude, man. This dude out here punching for real. Is that what you're doing, Alter? Yeah, Alter out here trying to turn your lights out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that fight coming, man. At least they ain't, overdo it. We should have still got it sooner than we did, but I ain't here to complain. I'll take it, right? You know what I mean? I'll take the fight. Let's see it, bro. Let's see it. That's all. There's still matchmaking put in place. For sure. He was whacking Joe. He was treating Joe Smith like like he stole from him, man. He was wilding on Joe Smith. I ain't gonna hold you. Beating that man ass, something different. But let's see where it goes from there. And then speaking of moving on from that though, what else I got before we close out? You said this. Who you got? Keyshawn and Kid Austin. Look, that'd be a hell of a fight. I ain't gonna lie. Right now, it would be Kid Austin is a gym rat, very talented, athletic, quick, got good power, very confident. Like I say, he always put in the work. But I got a respect for the pedigree of Keyshawn Davis, silver medalist. Like he got something. He got a bag of his own to deal with. That'd be a good fight. Man, something tells me I feel like Keyshawn has a more refined, polished, like pro style naturally, right? Like the way his transition from the amateur to the pros was a smooth one because I think he naturally has that pro style. Now, Kid Austin, he's young, energetic. He still got this energy about him. Like, he fights at a certain pace. And maybe that's just how he fights, but I want to see him get to the point where it look like he slows fights down. You get what I'm saying? And I know that's something you're working on, but I lean towards Keyshawn right now. I mean, I know people sleep on it, but the dude is solid, man. The dude is he the goods for real.
Likewise, because I agree with you about that energy. It's like Keyshawn, man, especially in that last one. I didn't even realize just how in control he was until we sat down and watched that shit in the corner, man. I was like, damn, like Keyshawn was like really controlling Pedraza. It wasn't him winning with his youth and athleticism. It was him winning with his mind.
Right.
Where he was able to limit a lot of Pedraza's output just by controlling him. And I haven't seen that type of wherewithal from Kid Austin yet. He literally fights like a kid, like for real. Like he's strong, he's athletic, and he's just gonna come and just try to beat you the fuck up.
Right.
But Keyshawn is definitely a lot more methodical, a lot more poised, and just in control, man. He's really growing into a smooth operator. And you're seeing it more and more with each fight that passes. And that last one, man, it was a very, 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 very measured and mature performance from him. And it makes even more sense, like with the guys that he's got around him, from Bomac to Bud. And then I see he made a post the other day talking about how he's been talking to Floyd a lot and learning things from him. And then you go watch that performance and you just look at the way he's able to use his forearms and his control game and all that shit.
Right.
It's like a lot of shit that Floyd used to do, man. And he's
really
growing, man. He's really growing.
More and more comfortable in there, right? And it's just good to see him go through the progressions and getting that season and getting better. I think this was, supposed to be like that step up type of challenge where you're fighting a former champion, 2-time champion, right? Older guy, probably on his way out, obviously, but I think the key was for you to make it look that way too. You know what I'm saying? And not have a kind of fight where it's questionable. Anything was in doubt. Like you controlled the fight from start to finish, from the opening bell to the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? And the way he approached it was just strategic. It was surgical, the way he beat up Pedraza, and the way I just appreciated seeing him go through the gears, and you could see it from round 1. Okay, that's round 1. They got that out the way. You see round 2, start picking it up. Round 3, start picking it up. Round 4. So I'm really watching this, and in real time, he going to the body, mixing up his attack. I'm like, he patient. His eyes is on point. Defense on point. I was like, bro, you got to respect this, man. I get it. Pedraza ain't the world beater. He ain't the guy that Tank fought. We get all of that, man. But man, still a real guy in there that was trying to work. He was trying to win. I think that's the second fight that I've seen of Pedraza where I feel like he completely chose the wrong tactics. Seemed like he wanted to pressure the young boy, press him out a little bit, kind of force the issue, see if he could force the mistakes and maybe mentally wear him down a bit. And Keyshawn wasn't going for none of that. He wasn't going for none of it. And by the time the fight kicked off, it was like too late now to try to change tactics. You doing what you doing. So I mean, he got the fight took to him. Yeah. People keep forgetting Keyshawn with Bomac. Yeah, he is, and they're good. They make a good. I thought Ronnie was coaching Kid Austin too. Behind the hands. Thought so, bro. Honestly, I think the young guy Ashton Sylvie done fought better competition than Floyd, and he a little younger. Ashton Silva making a name. I like Ashton Silva. He nice. No matter what the haters say, the Olympics mean something. Keyshawn easy today. Yeah, for sure. Salute to my guy, Urban Mac. Appreciate you. Salute to everybody pulling up for this overtime that we putting in, man. We about to close in on 3 hours. We just out here putting in that work. I wanted to kind of generate more of a boxing conversation rather than so much of the drama-filled stuff. Like, you know, we talked about some stuff earlier with Tank, and Tank said he blocked Floyd because he wasn't sending him the video of him beating up Davin pretty much. I thought that was funny, man, but I doubt if we see that anytime soon. It'll be funny if it happens to leak, but it is what it is. I'm not asking for it. I just want to see good fights for real, for real. I don't care about no sparring and none of that. I just want to see what's next for all these dudes. You know what I mean? Pound for pound. Say, by the way, Ishmael Salas, that's training Rolly now. Oh, salute to Rolly. He got a good trainer. Got a good trainer. Salute to my guy, Crush the Legend, man. Kid also must work with Ronnie via satellite, because you know where I'll be all facts. I do know. I thought that was his trainer for sure. For sure, I did. I thought he was in good hands with Ronnie Shields. Thought he was in good hands with Ronnie Shields. I did. But we gonna find out. They just gotta see Shakur before or after Tank, but we coming whenever, either way. Yeah, man. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, we get those fights because we need them. Real talk. We need them, we deserve them, and they gotta give them to us. Keisha Code 2005. But yeah, man, hopefully we get it. But look, salute to, I wanted to make sure I came back and doubled up and shed some light on Oshaquie fight. I'm like I said, I think we're gonna be here live calling it. Why not? It's a good triple header. He at the, you know, the main event. I think he focused. I like that energy he was showing towards Abraham Nova. He looked like he ready to go out there and step on business, man. Shushu is fighting. I believe this is his first 10-rounder. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Crush, I think this is his first 10-rounder. He fighting a guy I think that's 18-1, I believe. I think I seen 18-1. So, yeah, I think Tiger Johnson, like I said, they had him slipped in there on the undercard as well. But Shushu working, man. I think he coming to make a statement as he always do. Ronnie worked before literally for one day. Damn, on fight day, he asked Ronnie to be in his corner. Damn, I didn't know that. I thought he was really his trainer on some shit, though. Damn, I didn't know who his trainer was. I don't know who his trainer is then. His dad, I guess, right? Heard from Ryan. Tank beat that boy. Devin like he owed him lunch money. Yeah, you know Ryan said he seen the tape. You know he said he synced it. Said he synced the tape. Ryan is a funny guy, though. I ain't gonna lie. He's a funny kid. That fight taking Shakur. Shark gonna take a bite out of Nova. Yeah, Shock coming to stand on business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He had one of the better fights of last year with the Rocky Hernandez fight, going over there in that backyard, stepping on that man, being the pure boxer, the guy that's not known for punching power, not known for being a puncher, and stopping the guy with slightly over a 90% KO ratio. That's how you go and stand on business, and Shockey did that, which is why I'm giving him his just due today. And he's going to continue to get it. I've been watching him for years. Like I said, I think people wrote him off with the 2 losses. His last loss was like back in 2016, and he ain't lost since. It been up. He been beating ass and stepping on shit, and now he a champion, and he giving Abraham Nova a shot who didn't want to give him a shot initially, right? Which makes this dope. And he coming to win. Make no mistake about it. I think he going to retain his title. I do think it's going to be a competitive good fight. I think this is just one shot he going to win. I think he in his bag. I think he coming into his own. I think this is the most focused I've seen him. And it's just getting better for him. You get what I'm saying? It's getting better for him. And I just want to see it. You get what I'm saying? I'm all in. I'm all in for this fight, y'all. I'm all in on it. I'm all in. Damn, missing some. Missing something. Just do you like my profile pic? What you got over there? Tank. What is that? Tank kissing the what is that? It look like, is that Tank in there? you silly. Is that Tank kissing a baby or something? should be about ready for title shot. Rank damn near got every belt at featherweight, don't they? I mean, look, they holding it down. I think Shushu just you know what I mean. He putting on, man. It won't be long for that kid. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? It won't be long for him. It won't be long for Shoe Shizzle. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see Shushu back in there, man. You know. Friday right here, though. So we got a couple days and we right back at it. Right back at it. Tank and Baby Haney. That's why. Oh, that's what that is, baby. Oh, man, that's funny. That's what that is, a Baby Haney. That's funny. Yo, if Canelo Alvarez fight Terrence Crawford before fighting David Benavidez, that should be a damn crime. Literally, it should be a crime. That should literally be a damn crime, bro. Jesus, man. This guy's unreal, dude. Unreal, man. Jamal Charlo posting that he got the Canelo fight. I just seen that Crawford getting the Canelo fight in September. Damn, what's going on? He said, that's wild, the Baby Handy. Yeah, it is funny. It's just a little harmless fun. It's funny. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's funny, but salute to everybody, man. Much love and appreciation to the family. I'll make sure y'all smash that like button. Like I said, another dope build in the books, man. It's the fight week for Oshaquie Foster. We gonna be here. Like I said, I think they said it started at 9 o'clock. I think I should just be here live and call this fight, man. He deserved his flowers. He deserved his just due. He putting on. He put them 2 losses behind him in the rear view. He been kicking ass ever since. He only looked like he getting better, sharper, more comfortable, coming into his own. Look like he in his prime right now. Looking like he in rare form. And because of them losses and because of him being a champion and being who he is, he ain't trying to lose. And Abraham Nova got the one lone defeat against Robisi Ramirez, where he got flatlined, I think, about the 5th round. So he definitely ain't trying to lose either. So you got 2 guys that is going to come to bring it. I think it's going to make for a great fight. Should be a great card, triple header. Like I said, Shoes on his card. I think this is what his first 10-rounder is. And I think he's going to show out, man. Might be Bud. Yeah, I'm hearing something like that in September, 10K. I mean, I seen that. So I'm going to go look into it. I'm going to ask around, see if anybody else has heard anything about that. But, man, that's a risky fight if it happens to be that. He says, it's hell getting old. I'm sitting here trying to listen. Those it's all good, Will. It's all good, man. We just put in some overtime on this good love day, this good Valentine Day for y'all, good folks, man. And I just wanted to make sure I shed some light on Shock Fight because this is a damn good one, man. It's a damn good one coming up, man. But, man, make sure y'all smash the like button. Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow. We will be back at 4 o'clock to build on some more boxing, as we always do, man. As we always do. Let's see Shock this week stand out, go show out, man. Salute to Abraham Nova. Like I said, he looked ready as well. It should be a fun fight. T.O. getting dropped out the pound-for-pound rankings. The Ring Magazine pound-for-pound rankings ain't no surprise, man. People they make their list how they want. It's only one performance. He did get the win. I get it that he looked shaky, but it could have been a lot worse. Get what I'm saying? It could have been a lot worse for that man. But much love and appreciation to the family. Salute to everybody in the Cash App Super Chat. Y'all, the real MVP. Salute to everybody that hit that like button and pulled up for the second live of the day. Much love to y'all. Y'all yokers, as my boy Gertz would say. Oh, damn. I knew it was one more thing, man. Oscar De La Hoya, man. He said Al Heyman is impossible to work with or hard to work with or something like that. And he's got his fighters talking crazy about it. Let me play a little short clip real quick. Dropping Fimo off the list is bogus. Yeah, they got him up out of there. Outside of the top 10, 10K with that tough performance, man, with that rocky performance. But let me play this real quick for y'all.
For some reason, working with Al Heyman is like impossible. And now he has his fighters like talking shit about me and this and that, and Rolly's saying, "Oh, fuck Golden Boy," and this, and like, relax, dude. Like, it's the fight's not against me, you know. Like, I'm trying to get you the most money possible, and now you're fighting for pennies on the dollar on a platform that you don't even know of. Like, you've never fought there on that. So how do you know it's better than ours? You know. I think, look, I actually love the kid. Rolly's he's a character. He's funny. He's genuinely funny, and I think deep down inside he's a nice kid, but you don't disrespect, you know. Like, I mean, there's no need for it, you know. It's all good. You're not fighting me. I mean, if I would have fought you, I would have knocked your ass out easy, but you're not fighting me, you know.
And Oscar said, if you would have fought me, I'd have knocked your ass out easy. Damn, Gill out there, Damian Gillard out there balling on Bud Crawford. Yeah, we were getting death threats, Oscar, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, Gertz, he said Al Heyman is impossible to work with. I mean, you're fighting on a platform you don't know nothing about. I mean, you're fighting for pennies on the dollar. How you know what he fighting for, chump? Know what I mean? You need to focus on your fighter, man. Your fighter don't really like you that much, Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Bad focus on Ryan and who he fight. He fighting Dave. You just probably thought that was a win for him. If he'd have fought Rolly, he would have definitely been champion. You know, this Haney fight gonna be tougher for him, man. But that's De La Hoya for you, man. I wonder what color. you terrible. I missed your ass. And salute to the queen for pulling up, building with your boy, man. Much love and appreciation to all y'all. But like I said, excuse me, y'all, another dope build in the books. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Wednesday. Y'all V-Day for those that celebrating, man. And y'all will catch your boy tomorrow at 4 o'clock, man. Don't forget to go. If y'all see my good brother Jay Hardcore, y'all tell him I said, what up, man? He should be on, I believe, at 8 o'clock. So he'll be right here in about 15 minutes. So you better ask your court match list and fine print with free agency over. He might be staying put, though. We never know. But some people said he did already. Some people said he didn't. But I'll wait to hear some more confirmation on that, man. It's funny, yeah, man. The little so he need to focus on his fighters, man. His number one earner shouldn't be disgruntled the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Ryan ain't feeling golden bar. You know what I mean? He ain't feeling golden bar. But man, all love to the family, man. Again, man. I'll see y'all. Simara.
Mira, Teofimo, Matías, Ryan García, ¿quién más? Rolly Romero, toda esa gente.
The really best 140 is here. No Teofimo, Pussy. No Ryan. Who is Ryan? No Haney, Chicken. No Rolling. He's a joker. And the world knows. So, what happened? I'm here. Who going to fight with me? Who?
You good, bro? What's good, bro? What's good, bro? Hey, you want to play that shit? What's up? What's up? What's good? You want this shit? Stop on me, boy! This punk motherfucker throwing shit at us, man.
I smell something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell something out here.
I smell
pussy. Yo, he's a pussy, man.
Stick his ass.
Hey, how you like that, boy? Do it. Go. Wait. Okay, now.
Oh, this punk.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bite. What you got on my 40, homie?
I thought you had $200.
I do. But I won't spend Red's money. I'm broke.
We already ready to go to 40, bro.